This is an all sports news sports update.
I'm Brendan Cafferty. For most college athletes, the final game of their career won't be played in a professional stadium. That is why universities are placing increasing emphasis on preparing student athletes for success long after their playing days are over. College athletics has always focused on competition, teamwork, and personal development. Today, many athletic departments have expanded that mission by offering leadership training, career counseling, financial education, internship opportunities, and professional networking designed to help student athletes transition into the workforce. The skills developed through athletics often translate directly into the business world. Time management, communication, leadership, problem solving, and performing under pressure are qualities employers consistently seek, and student athletes have years of experience developing those abilities while balancing academics and competition. Many universities have also introduced programs that connect current athletes with former student athletes who've built successful careers in business, education, healthcare, law, media, and public service. Those relationships help students better understand the opportunities available after graduation and provide valuable professional guidance. While only a small percentage of college athletes continue into the professional sports, nearly all of them enter careers where lessons learned through athletics continue shaping their lives. Coaches often remind players that the discipline required to succeed in a sport can become one of the greatest advantages they carry into the future. Success in college athletics isn't measured only by championships. It's also measured by preparing young men and women to be successful professionals, leaders, and contributors to their community. In other sports, lacrosse continues growing throughout the United States as schools, youth organizations, and colleges introduce more opportunities for athletes to participate in one of the nation's fastest growing team sports. Participation has expanded well beyond its traditional regions, with new programs appearing in communities across the country. Increased television coverage, collegiate competition, and youth development initiatives continue introducing the game to new generations of athletes. As interest continues to rise, lacrosse demonstrates how emerging sports can build strong national followings through grassroots participation and long-term investment in player development. For All Sports News, I'm Brendan Cafferty.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
If you're losing calls, missing leads, or spending too much time chasing customers, this message is for you. Create Assistance helps businesses answer every call, text, and message 24/7 using AI employees without hiring more staff. We handle bookings, follow-ups, reminders, and customer communication all inside one simple system built for small businesses. Stop losing opportunities after hours. Visit createassistance.ai and book a quick call today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
Quick question. How many calls, texts, or messages does your business miss every week? Nights, weekends, busy days. That's lost money. Create Assistance helps businesses fix that problem using AI employees that answer calls, respond to texts, book appointments, and follow up with leads 24/7 automatically. No extra staff, no complicated software. Everything runs inside one simple command center that replaces scattered tools, missed follow-ups, and manual busywork. Whether you're a service business, office, or multi-location company, Create Assistance keeps your business responsive, organized, and running even when you're off the clock. Stop letting leads slip through the cracks. Visit createassistance.ai to book a free call, or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
It was the Roman poet Virgil who said, "Easy is the descent to hell. All night long, all day, the doors of dark Hades stand open. But to retrace the path, to come out again to the sweet air of heaven, there is the task, there is the burden. If I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell." We'll talk about that later, but now it's time for Rick Tittle and Titillating Sports on Sports Byline USA. All right, hey, what about that? Rick Tittle with you, coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. Great to have you with us. Terrestrial radio as well. That's where a human's working the audio board there. Extraterrestrial is where there's an alien. Elliot. 1-800-878-PLAY is the number to call. 1-800-878-7529. Get in and get heard wherever you have to be listening in this great land of ours and okay foreign lands. We'll start. That's a good way for the youngsters to look at it. We're going to start off the show here with some open lines. Then we'll have J.D. Sharp coming in at 9:25. Earl Clark, who plays in the Big Three. Earl Clark was a lottery pick, and he's played in more countries for more teams than I think anybody I've interviewed, and that says something because I've interviewed some guys who have that vagabond, hired gun thing. We'll talk to Earl in about a half hour. Then we'll have some filmmakers in the second hour. David Alvarado with American Pachuco. Pachuco, we used to say Cholo, but Pachuco, kind of like gang member. Then we'll have Matt Branston. He has a film called Little Bug with Martin Freeman, who I'm a big fan of. Scott Spiezio will join us at 10:40. I think his band was called Sand Frog, but of course he has 2 World Series rings. He came up with Oakland. And then in the third hour, our good friend Chris Porter is in studio with us. You can watch him on our cameras as well on YouTube and Twitch.tv as well. Around the world on American Forces Radio Network, as I salute our troops, thanks for keeping us and our allies safe. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come on back.
Do you want to make a statement with a sports hat you wear? Then be sure to check out allinlid.com. All In Lid's hats are clean, modern designs with a wide variety of colors that make it easy to find one that fits your style. Built to perform while looking great anywhere. If you're looking for a premium, comfortable, waterproof hat you'll want to wear every day, check out allinlid.com. Remember, All In Lid isn't about what you wear, it's about how you think. That's allinlid.com.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
Lower your car payment today. Lower your car payment today. Yes, you heard us right. You can lower your car payment right now by making this free call and save up to $1,400 a year on your current car payments. Think about your current car payment right now. What's that costing you per year? Now think about what it would be like to put an extra $1,400 back in your pocket. That's the average savings our customers experience. We can help you drive the same car and pay less every month by lowering your car payments interest rate to as low as 4.67%. At Rate Genius, we can work with you to refinance any car payment. If you qualify, it costs you nothing to find out how you can lower your car payment. To learn more, call this number right now.
800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. That's 800-832-2816.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle is a genius. The best show ever. He's so wonderful. Genius. The best show ever. He's so wonderful. Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle he's so handsome. He's a genius.
You're now listening to The Rick Tittle Show. Good for you.
All right, thanks so much. And we have some open lines. And if everybody shows up, we're not going to have a lot of open lines. So if you want to talk, coffee talk, 1-800-DOGS, no big whoop. I think the WNBA would like to be known for the quality of its play, the excitement of the competition, the fan experience, the great storylines of talent and perseverance from players from all over the world. It probably wouldn't, I don't know, they always say any publicity is good publicity. But we have seen, and even people like me, I'm not a fan of the WNBA. I don't hate it. I'm just not a fan. But I know who Sophie Cunningham is. Just like I know who Caitlin Clark is, but I know who Caitlin Clark is not just because I had her on my show when she was in Iowa as a freshman. I know her because she's been on SNL. Her talent has transcended the sport. And plus, I'm adjacent to the WNBA. I mean, I'm a sports guy, so you're going to get all the headlines mixed in. And Sophie Cunningham I think she's a lot of fun. I don't know her personally. But it seems like she's having a great time. And she likes dressing up and being a model and having her say, but she's also a very tough player. And I think she's kind of one of those love-hate people. You either love her or hate her. I think if she's your teammate, you probably love her. And if she's on the other team, she probably annoys the hell out of you. But we're not even here to talk about her talent. Because the other day, she said that she was just talking about her views, and it's not so. It would say, "Oh, what are your political views?" And it's not so much politics. Everyone's like, "What? So you're Trump or you're not?" She just said, "Quote: I just want to protect young girls in a locker room, young girls in sport who shouldn't have to go against biological men." Now, this is the new thing that people say all the time. I said what I said. That's just the catchphrase for the new generation. But she said, I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe that. I think it's really important to protect children. And that's little girls who are involved in that category. I stand on what I said. She goes, I don't dislike anyone. There's room to love everyone. But I'm also there to love biological women And I think that there are rights that need to be protected. And like I said, I'm going to stand true to that. I'll never falter my beliefs in that. But I have never once stated that I hated the trans community. And so then the Fever said, our players are thoughtful adults with their own perspectives and voices, and their views are their own. We are committed to welcoming fans from every background and treating everyone with respect, and that's what guides us as an organization. Okay. Now, the thing that she probably wasn't expecting is that now she is the either the figure of idolatry and example, and you are the spokeswoman for us, you are our queen of our morality, and or she's MAGA Barbie, she's hateful, she's racist. What's it got to do with race? I don't know, but I'm sure she must be. You know, there's everything you can throw at somebody. What a horrible human being, blah, blah, blah. So that was already a story. But the story this morning is that the WNBA as an organization has suspended the Storm co-owner for confronting some fans who were trying to bow down to Sophie Cunningham. The Storm is a team in Seattle. It's an expansion team, right, Dom? Is it the first year for the Storm? Seattle Storm? It's not the first year.
Seattle's been around a long time.
What's the one? Is it Portland that's a new team?
Portland's new.
Okay, sorry. I got mixed up. The Seattle Storm. They've suspended a woman named Celeste Keaton, who is a minority co-owner, from attending the next 5 home games, and have also fined the team an undisclosed amount after Keaton directed some expletives at two teenage fans sitting courtside in Seattle during the loss to the Fever yesterday. I mean, the Fever are the team. You got Clark and Cunningham. I mean, that's like the team, right? Even I know they're on that team. But the Storm lost by 10, 105-95. And that's a lot of points in an WNBA game, getting over 100. But there were fans that were part of a pregame rally held in support of Sophie Cunningham. And so the majority owner is named Ginny Gilder. She said, quote, "We are aware one of our co-owners made comments to 2 fans in attendance at last night's game. We apologize that this happened. Everyone who attends the Storm game deserves to feel welcome, and we remain committed to creating an inclusive environment where every fan is treated with respect." And then Cunningham tweeted out that Keaton's behavior was, quote, "truly embarrassing and shows the type of leader that she is." So this rally, if you want, was apparently a few dozen people who were there to support Sophie's views. And also there are 2 state initiatives in the state of Washington now that would bar transgender students from participating in girls' athletics at state schools. Now, after the game, Clark and Cunningham were not made available to the media. That was a tweet that Cunningham put out. But Kelsey Mitchell and Monique Billings were with Coach Stephanie White at the podium. And so then Coach Stephanie White was asked about the rally and what Cunningham said. And she said, "Neither our organization nor Sophie had any knowledge of this demonstration and no contact with its organizers. Our only goal as a team, whether at home or away, is to win basketball games and make Fever fans for life. And we are united in that mission." So the Storm put out a statement before the game saying, "We are aware of the rally and we will track it closely." They said, "We are committed to providing a safe, welcoming, and exclusive environment for all guests." And then the coach for the Storm, Sonia Rahman, is it Rahman? Any idea? Sonia Rahman? Okay. I'm asking Dominic every WNBA question. She said, "Seattle and this organization and Climate Pledge," that's the name of the arena, right? They redid the Key Arena. "Climate Pledge, we always want to be an arena where people feel welcome coming into this building. And I think we've always done a really good job with that. So I know our organization is working closely with Climate Pledge and the security just to make sure that everybody feels safe and included and welcome when they walk in the door. From what I understand, that was successful. So it's, when unfortunately, you can't just say something and be like, all right, well, that's what she thinks, and then you move on with your day. Now she, as I said, she's a target of derision or she's a target of worship. You are now our spokeswoman, and I'm sure she'd say, I don't want to be your spokeswoman. It's just my own personal beliefs. But that's the thing. If you're famous, I've told this story before, but in broadcasting, when we were learning about it, they're like, if you and I go out on the street corner and hold a sign that says "Save the Whales," people drive by and they don't even look at me or you. But if Matt Damon or Tom Cruise holds a sign that said "Save the Whales," whoa, everybody, look what he's doing. And that's what you get with celebrity. That's what you get with your platform. But, now everything is so clickbait. And you're either a hero or you're a disgusting excuse for a human being. There's no nuance. It can't just be someone's personal thing. And now the WNBA, that's the top headline. Not that a player scored 30 points and had a triple-double. No, it's that. And they're like, that's great. All right, I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back with JD Sharp.
This important consumer alert is from the Credit Repair Hotline, a national service designed to help people improve their credit scores. Are you paying high interest rates because of your credit rating? Wouldn't you like to be able to qualify for a better car loan or mortgage rate? Would lower monthly payments give you more financial flexibility? If you're finally ready to fix your credit problem, you need to call today and get a free consultation from the Credit Repair Hotline. In one fast and easy call, we can pull your credit rating and show you real solutions how to improve your credit. And again, this is part of a 100% free consultation. Learn how you can save money on everyday purchases by having a better credit rating. And it all starts with this free phone call right now.
800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. That's 800-413-6214.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. That's 800-364-2984.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract. Even if the panels are already installed, our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. That's 800-826-4073.
People ask me, were you you must have been the class clown. And I say, no, I wasn't. But I sat beside the class clown and I studied him.
Rick Tittle once threw a tennis ball at a donkey.
I know. I feel bad about that. Welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, coast to coast. No JD Sharp as we speak right now. Okay. That means we have open lines. Hey, 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 ho, ho, ho. Your ugly face has got to go. And Earl Clark will be coming up in the next segment as well. By the way, I'll give you a little rec. Rick's Rex. Remember when TikTok started? I thought, oh, Rick Talk on TikTok. That's just too obvious. Rick Talk on TikTok. I'll do little 60-second blurbs. Quibi. And then I went on TikTok and I looked and I saw that no one over 19 was on TikTok, at least from what I saw. And it was the most ghetto, stupid thing I had ever seen. And I was like, nah. And then a friend of mine goes, why don't you just do those 1-minute blurbs and put them on your Twitter? And I went, oh, okay. And I did like 2 of them and they got like 3 likes. I'll never forget it. But I'll give you a rec. Scott Farrell, who I have known since 1994. I used to work with him when he was on KMBR. I was at Sports Channel. And on Fridays, they would simulcast his late show in our studios for a few months. And so he would come over and I would technical direct it. But there was a lot of crazy stuff going on with him because I've always been a huge fan of Pharrell. I think he's hilarious. I think he's very talented. And I would have these executives, and I've told Scott this. They'd say, Rick, we're really sorry about it. I would go, sorry about what? We're really sorry you have to work with Pharrell. You have to put up with that. I went, what? I think he's great. And like, you do? I'm like, yes. You want me to air another black and white This Week in Pocket Billiards? Or I can have Pharrell running around with hockey sticks and banging into the walls. And it's way more fun. Anyway. I don't. Scott does a lot of things now on his Pharrell update where he looks into the camera. Just follow him at Scott Farrell. But a couple days ago, it was about 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know why I decided to watch him. Not like that's some bizarre thing. I don't watch anything when people are talking to the camera. Here I am talking about how I like. God, what's his name? The author. Boys Will Be Boys. He does the dugout thing, Sports Illustrated. Why can't I? I swear, my CTE and my senility and all the concussions.
Jeff Pearlman.
Thank you. I knew. I can't say guy with the Jewish last name. I can't say that, although I just did. Jeff Pearlman. I was thinking Stu Goldstein. Yeah, I'm not. I really like Stu Goldstein. But anyway, Pharrell did a rant on the Tour de France. That's everything I ever wanted to say about it. But I'm a little bit more respectful. That's the thing I love about Pharrell. He is foul-mouthed. He is foul-mouthed beyond belief. And that's one of the things I love about him. But I even had to tweet out, like, that's the funniest rant. I just kept laughing and kept laughing. It was really cool. All right. We do have JD Sharp with us from Pro Wagering, professional handicapper and prognosticator. And the clock is ticking, only about 3 days left before the trade deadline is going to hit on Tuesday. So let's go to JD, and I'm last couple of days been throwing some rumors at him. JD, yesterday, Tarek Skubal left the mound with a 7-0 lead and watched his Tigers bullpen give it all up in a loss. And a lot of people think, all right, that's it. That's his last ever start. And the rumor this morning is that the Cubs are doing everything they can to get Skubal now. Do you believe that was his last time wearing the Gothic D?
Yeah, I do. I think it was. He did the the tip of the hat. It was 7-1, and then they gave up another 2, so he got 3 earned. Even though he had a really good game, he's actually had a really good last half of the season. But yeah, I think they just called up Max Clark. I saw that, which is that's a good move. I think he's got major upside. He was a top player out of high school for a couple of years. Got a big ego, kind of flamboyant, kind of reminds me of PCA almost. Very similar player to PCA, honestly. So it's cool that Max Clark is up. I'm excited about that and excited for him. But as long as he doesn't go to the Dodgers, they do have all the talent in the world. They have 9 of the top 100 prospects like Sirota and Zahir Hope. And, there's just a lot of different names that they've got. But the Cubs makes perfect sense. They need him. The Cubs need him. They get Ben Brown back. They get Justin Steele back. They get a couple of their guys back. They have Imanaga. Matthew Boyd pitched well yesterday in that loss. But, yeah, I hope the Cubs, if any team gets Skubal, I hope it's the Chicago Cubs. That's not a move that's bad for baseball. That's within what I believe the baseball framework should be. A team like the Dodgers, you add Skubal to the Dodgers, you have Sasaki, Ohtani, Glasnow, Snell, Wrobleski, Yamamoto, and Skubal, and you get Edwin Diaz back. And Emmett Sheehan. It's just an embarrassment of riches. It's just unnecessary. We don't need that in baseball. You just don't need that in baseball. It's just not a good thing for anybody. Not a good thing for the future of the sport. Not a good thing for the lockouts. For the prospective lockouts, because you add Skubal, how do you really lose the World Series at that point? How do you do it? I don't think you can. I think that you could play terrible and still win. So, and the Dodgers, that'd be their 4th in a row, or 5 of the last 7, or whatever it is. So, yeah, please don't go to the Dodgers, Tarek Skubal. Be a Cub. The Cubs need you. It'll add some competition to the not just the NL, but also to their division. Their division has Brewers, Cubs, Reds. Pretty good division. Cardinals aren't very good, but they don't have the good pitching. But yeah, I hope the Cubs are the one that I do. I think he's gone, yes, and I hope the Cubs. I hope that's where he lands.
All right, there was a trade today. Logan O'Hoppe and relief pitcher Chase Silseth to the Rangers, and Silseth is having a pretty good year in the bullpen, and the Rangers, of course, think that they have a chance at the West, and why not? O'Hoppe was such a huge name. He was it was sort of like the Joe Adele, and then it looked, then he had to go back down. But then O'Hoppe, it's like this guy's 19, but he's our starting catcher. Then he got hurt. O'Hoppe is hitting 209 with 4 home runs. He's only 22 years old. They get back in Anaheim an infielder from Texas named Angel Arredondo, who now slots in. He's 19, but he is now the Angels' 27th prospect. So, this isn't a blockbuster deal, but what it could say is that the Angels are beginning the fire sale. So, do you think anybody would A, want Mike Trout, B, would the Angels eat any of that money, and then C, would Trout even want to leave at this point?
I hope the Angels get rid of him. This team has had such a weird run. They have Ohtani and Trout at the same time, and they can't do anything. Can't even make the playoffs. Ohtani gets traded. He gets traded to a better team. They have Pujols too, right? He gets traded, and he immediately just starts playing extremely well. Obviously, pitching well, hitting well, 55 home runs, 52 stolen bases, or whatever it was. Winning World Series, doing everything that you would think Ohtani was just born to do, right? Yeah, get rid of Mike Trout. Put him on a team because he still provides help. He steals bases. He does well in the outfield. Obviously, he's a very good hitter. I mean, his OPS is high. He's still a very good hitter. That's not going to change anytime soon. So put him on a team that needs some help offensively. Put him on the Brewers. I don't know. Put him on the Rays. Put him on the maybe he's used to because he's from Pittsburgh. He's from a cold weather area. Put him on a team that's got because he's used to the hot weather here. Maybe wants to switch in scenery. I don't really know. But yeah, get rid of him, eat the money, and move on with your lives.
All right.
And let's see the Angels without Trout.
Yeah. All right. We just have about literally a minute. Adley Rutschman to the Yankees, former #1 overall pick. He still has a year of team control. The Yankees are asking about catchers around with every team right now. Do you think the Orioles would part ways with Adley Rutschman at this point?
They might. I mean, they waited so long to bring him up, which was ridiculous. Remember, we had this conversation when they were waiting to bring him up. Mm-hmm. They brought him up at like 24 or 25, and they should have brought him up at 22. I don't know why they did that. But the guy's like 28 years old, so he's getting a little bit older. They have Bastello. Bastello's been better than Rutschman has. If you can get some value out of it, yeah, I think so. But now he's the type of guy, though, he goes to the Yankees and he wins a World Series. #1 pick, won multiple College World Series, I believe, with Oregon State. Extremely impressive player when he's healthy. He may just not care. Sometimes guys, they're on a team they know is going to lose, or they know that may just be effectively cursed, and they just don't care. And so I think that might be happening with Rutschman. So yeah, he gets to the Yankees. That would be a huge pickup for them, in my opinion.
All right, there he is, JD Sharp with Pro Wagering. Email him at sharp@betmypicks.com. Thanks for your time, man.
Hey, you bet, Rick.
All right, we'll come back with Earl Clark.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work, real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. That's 800-853-8931.
This summer, the honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich and pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Kick off the school year with Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. Because with 20% off styles kids love, they're not just going back, they're making an entrance. Save on jeans that turn hallways into runways. Tees that make them walk a little slower for effect. Sneakers that say, I'm so back. And more confidence-inspiring looks for every grade at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, 20% offer ends August 2nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I honestly just got the chills as you described it again for me.
You must be crazy. Use a DOG. And if you was my man, I would have been kicked you out of my house by now. This is what had happened.
All right, thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you coast to coast and around the world on American Forces Network. It's our pleasure to welcome a fantastic basketball player, Earl Clark, and he's now in the record books because he last Sunday became the BIG3's all-time leading scorer with 707 points. He is the co-captain of the DMV trilogy, and you know we've had a lot of Big Three people on the show over the years. We've had Cube many times, so it's great to have Earl on. Earl, welcome to the show. Now, do they stop the game and say congrats, and then we all just move on, or did they give you kind of like a little trophy or a medal or something?
Oh man, no. They didn't give me anything yet. They just gave me a congratulations and a congratulations post. So that's it right now. But it's something great, man. There's a lot of great players in the Big Three, so it's an honor, man.
By the way, the DMV trilogy will face the Chicago Triplets this Sunday at State Farm Arena in Atlanta at 1 p.m. Eastern as part of a huge doubleheader, and this will be on CBS as well. Earl, I have interviewed many basketball players who've been around the world, and you've played for several NBA teams. But the countries that you have been in, from China and the Philippines and Bahrain and Montenegro and Taiwan and Puerto Rico, and it goes on and on and on. I have to ask you, though, about your time with Besiktas in Istanbul, because I know how crazy the soccer fans are for Besiktas and Galatasaray and Trabzonspor. Was that nuts? How cool was it to play for that team?
Yes, sir. I had a great time in Istanbul. Besiktas is a historic club. I actually was my first soccer game I ever actually been to professional soccer, and man, it was great. I thought my ears was gonna fall off how loud they was whistling and screaming. But I had a great time. The environment was crazy. I actually wanted to play it and made me wanted to hoop right away because the fans are so into the game. Man, it's crazy. It's an environment, an atmosphere that you got to see yourself. You can't really just explain it. You got to be there.
I know when the English national team plays Turkey in Istanbul, they have a sign that says "Welcome to Hell."
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They don't play about their soccer, man. I took my kids. We had a good time, so I just wanted them to experience that atmosphere, and it was great, man. Istanbul was a great time.
So, do you have an agent who says, "Look, we got a call from Budućnost in Podgorica, Montenegro"? Do you say, "Well, I got to go there and check it out," or are you just like, "Sign me up, I'll be there"?
Nah, basically when you get out of the NBA and you go to different countries and you play, it's basically just an open field. So yeah, you got an agent and they call you, and it's just like anything else. You know, I call other guys that I play with, that I respect, that played at these respected clubs and things like that. So you just do your research because you can't end up in some situations that you don't want to be in. Like, so it is crazy. You got to do your due diligence and just do your research.
And I think playing in the Spanish League, playing in the Canary Islands for Dreamland. I mean, there's a reason why they call it Dreamland, Gran Canaria. What was that like playing in the Canary Islands?
That was beautiful, man. Waking up every day, basically going to the beach, man, practicing, just having a good time, man. Just experiencing that culture, eating the food. I had a great time there too, man. ACB is one of the great leagues over there in Spain. It's well respected, and they play good basketball in that league. I had a great time.
I would imagine too. I mean, obviously in America you stick out at 6'9", but it's not like traffic stops. But what about some of these places where they don't have a lot of people of African heritage? It's like, whoa, there he is. There's the guy. What was that like getting recognized up and down?
Oh man, it's kind of shocking for me, especially somebody with me. I don't really like too much attention, bro. So our first time in China, it was kind of scary, man. Cause I'm like going to the grocery store, like kids is laughing at me, like pointing at me, people opening the elevator screaming, like I'm a monster or something. It was kind of crazy. So I had to get used to people not really used to seeing you and like running up to you trying to touch your hair or asking you weird questions. But after a while, you just realize that it's just not used to seeing people like you, and it just got some time to get used to. But it was kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, no, you're an ambassador for sure. So being a Jersey kid and a McDonald's All-American, you could go anywhere, and you did pick one of the blue bloods with the Louisville Cardinals. But what was it about them, and what school did you maybe almost go to? Like, were you almost a Tar Heel or a Blue Devil or something?
Oh man, when I'm recruiting process, hello.
Yeah, there you are, Earl. We lost you for a second. Yeah, I was just asking, why was Louisville the right choice for you?
I think it was a great choice because Rick Pitino. I went there. Actually, I went to a football game. That's what actually got me to sign. Man, I went there. It was a great environment. All the fans knew me, and I just liked the culture. And other school I was considering was Villanova middle school. You know, I used to go up there and play a lot of pickup and out with those guys. So it was either Louisville or Villanova. I ended up picking Louisville.
One more question, and then we'll get to the big three. And you could have left early, and you decided, I'm not ready yet. And you still were, top half of the first round. Did you have agents going, man, go pro, get the money, and you're like, nah, I want to go back to school for another year? Was that a tough decision?
Yeah, it was tough because at that age it was like, do I want to reach my dream, something I always wanted to do, go back to school and Louisville, man, had a great time, man. I felt like we could have won a championship. We had a great team coming back, so we had a good shot. Um, I had a lot of good relationships, and school was just felt like it was just right for me, man. So I actually was in Houston. I was working out. I really was this close to being in the draft, and then just something in my spirit didn't feel right, man. I feel like I didn't complete something at school, so I don't want to do things halfway. So I just decided to go back, which I think was a good decision. You know, I matured a little bit more. I got an extra year of college, and it was great for me.
Very good. All right. So now, as I mentioned, in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena, that's the big thing. You've got the Big Three doubleheader. By the way, tickets are available at big3.com, big number 3.com. I mentioned Tri-State. You've been with them like, what, 5 years now, and you guys have already tasted the championship, right?
Yeah, when I first joined the Big Three, I was with Tri-State. That's where I got drafted. I think it was the second pick there, and it was a great opportunity, man. Dr. J was the coach, and first I couldn't believe it, man. Just hanging out with Doc, and having a building a relationship that was super cool because he's super iconic. So I was with them for a year, and then that's when I got to a trilogy. That's why I got the captain spot there, and I've been there ever since.
For me, because I'm the same age as Jordan, and so when I was growing up, it was all about Dr. J. I think I would be super in awe of him. What's that like when you think about how innovative he was? Because when he was doing it in the 70s and the early 80s, nobody did what he could do.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. J was basically like Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan. So, I mean, he inspired everybody. So just being around him and finding out that he was going to be the coach, I just couldn't wait to be around him, ask for some questions. I still didn't get enough courage to ask him for a picture yet, because those guys get bugged every day, man. I don't want to be that guy, but
yeah.
It's just great, man, having guys like Dr. J, Iceman. Last year, Madman Max was assistant coaching my team last year, so I got to spend some time around him. So it's just great just to be around a legend, Gary Payton.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just cool, man.
The glove. You know what I love about the glove? Whenever I see him, I don't know, I'm sure he says there, but every time I see him, he always goes, "It's the big dog." I'm like, you can call me
Yes,
big
yes.
dog anytime you want.
Yeah, GP, one of a kind.
That's right. So one more question for you. In all these countries, Uruguay, I mean, there are countries I haven't even mentioned yet, but how many countries where they're like, oh, 6'9", you're the center, and you're like, no, I'm a 4, I'm a power forward, and they're like, dude, on this team, you are the center.
No, I haven't really run into that issue yet. I mean, 'cause these teams, they have like real scouting and they watch film, so they pretty much know what you do. So once you get there, it's just they just want you to get busy, man. They know your resume, they know your reputation, so they expect you to put up big numbers and hoop. So it's just pressure just to go out there and hoop. So, but that's what we're here to do. That's why we get paid the big bucks. So it's an adjustment, but as far as the basketball goes, it's pretty much smooth.
And then finally, your time in the NBA, you were drafted by the Suns. You played for the Magic and the Lakers and the Cavs and the Knicks and the Nets. What's the one team, when you think of your NBA career, that kind of feels the most like home? Was it the Suns or the Lakers or the Cavs? Which one is kind of like maybe your favorite stop?
My favorite stop would have to be LA, because I felt like that I got an opportunity there, even though it was through injury. I took the opportunity and I ran with it, and I stayed ready, and I was ready for my opportunity. So I got to play, obviously with Kobe, and that's crazy in itself. But as far as like being at home and like being connected with the guys and being like real friendships with the team, I would have to say the Orlando Magic. That team I was with, we was real close. We hung out a lot. We had a lot of fun. So I felt like I was more at home in Orlando. But as far as playing and on the court, it'd definitely be LA.
Very cool. And he's still playing now, and he's the all-time leading scorer in the Big Three. Check out BIG3.com, and as it is a 3-on-3 league, and it can get heated. We saw like a little fight going on there the other day. So this is some real competition. Everybody check it out once again.
Yes, sir. Big Three definitely get chippy. So you want to see some real basketball, some real hard-nosed man ball, and come check out the Big Three for sure.
Yep. And as I mentioned, 1 p.m. Eastern this Sunday on CBS as well. Earl, great talking to you, man, and keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right. Yeah, he still plays for a team in Uruguay, Atletico Aguada. It's amazing how many countries this guy has played for. All right, I'm Rick Tittle. We'll take a quick break. We will come on back on Sports Byline.
Who's watching? Tell me who's watching? Who's watching me? I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Oh, when I come home at night, I go for
Right now, you can switch from cable television to satellite television for free. That's right, we're offering free equipment, free installation, plus get a free $100 prepaid Visa card. Call the Satellite TV hotline right now. Make the switch from cable to satellite television and expand your viewing horizon. On top of free installation, for a limited time, we're offering a fixed price guarantee. With Satellite TV, you'll save money over your expensive cable bill. Plus, get access to hundreds of channels. And when you call right now, you can also ask about our seniors and military military discounts. So make the switch to satellite TV right now. Everybody gets free installation, free equipment, plus a $100 prepaid Visa card. Call right now and you can switch to satellite TV and be watching everything you wanted to within the next week. And remember, installation's free, so call right now. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. That's 800-696-2871.
Every champion has a team behind them. And for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
Do you have diabetes? I'm sure you've seen the television commercials on the new CGM devices from all the top brands and how well they can help you manage your diabetes. Do you have the latest and newest in diabetes technology? The Diabetes Solutions Center carries most of the top brands, and the great news is your insurance may cover most of the cost. Call our special CGM hotline today, and our friendly representatives will help see if you qualify. You could get a new CGM from the top brands at little or no cost to you. Make living with diabetes easier. You are just one free phone call away to learn if your insurance covers the cost. So make this free call today to the Diabetes Solutions Center and learn for free how to get your new continuous glucose monitor.
800-520-8629. 800-520-8629. 800-520-8629. That's 800-520-8629.
Over time, the more and more you do something, the better you get at it. Just like, you didn't become this excellent at radio overnight. You know exactly when to say we got 1 minute left.
Right.
Because I'm so good looking.
Yeah.
Right?
Practice makes perfect.
You must be crazy. Use a DOG. And if you was my man, I would have been kicked you out of my house by now. This is what had happened.
All right, coming up the next hour, we will have David Alvarado, Matt Branson, and Scott Spiezio. UEFA has just got done with their meeting in the last hour over this private equity idea floated by Gianni Infantino selling FIFA off to private equity investors. This is their statement just put out an hour ago. Quote, UEFA and its national associations will not participate in FIFA competitions. UEFA and its 55 member associations stand as one. We unanimously and unequivocally reject FIFA's proposal to transfer ownership interests in the World Cup and other FIFA competitions to private investors. The World Cup cannot be treated as an investment product. It is one of football's greatest sporting legacies. It has been built over generations by players, national teams, and supporters across every continent. No part of it should ever be surrendered to private investors. The World Cup is not for sale. It is both irresponsible and indefensible that a proposal of such significance for football was conceived in secret and brought to the brink of approval without any meaningful consultation and those entrusted with stewarding the game. This is not merely a profound failure of leadership, but an abdication of FIFA's duty as the custodian of world football. National associations around the world are now presented with the ultimatum: accept the irreversible capture of football's greatest competitions or bear the consequences. This is not a democratic decision, but governance by intimidation, an act of coercion unworthy of an institution entrusted with the stewardship of the global game. But our opposition goes far beyond process. The moment external investors acquire ownership interest in FIFA competition, football changes forever. All right, I'll get into more of this as we go, but how about that? We're not in the World Cup. We're not in anything that FIFA has. It's getting big. Come on back.
This is an all sports news sports update.
I'm Brendan Cafferty. For most college athletes, the final game of their career won't be played in a professional stadium. That is why universities are placing increasing emphasis on preparing student athletes for success long after their playing days are over. College athletics has always focused on competition, teamwork, and personal development. Today, many athletic departments have expanded that mission by offering leadership training, career counseling, financial education, internship opportunities, and professional networking designed to help student athletes transition into the workforce. The skills developed through athletics often translate directly into the business world. Time management, communication, leadership, problem solving, and performing under pressure are qualities employers consistently seek, and student athletes have years of experience developing those abilities while balancing academics and competition. Many universities have also introduced programs that connect current athletes with former student athletes who built successful careers in business, education, healthcare, law, media, and public service. Those relationships help students better understand the opportunities available after graduation and provide valuable professional guidance. While only a small percentage of college athletes continue into the professional sports, nearly all of them enter careers where lessons learned through athletics continue shaping their lives. Coaches often remind players that the discipline required to succeed in a sport can become one of the greatest advantages they carry into the future. Success in college athletics isn't measured only by championships. It's also measured by preparing young men and women to be successful professionals, leaders, and contributors to their community. In other sports, lacrosse continues growing throughout the United States as schools, youth organizations, and colleges introduce more opportunities for athletes to participate in one of the nation's fastest growing team sports. Participation has expanded well beyond its traditional regions, with new programs appearing in communities across the country. Increased television coverage, collegiate competition, and youth development initiatives continue introducing the game to new generations of athletes. As interest continues to rise, lacrosse demonstrates how emerging sports can build strong national followings through grassroots participation and long-term investment in player development. For All Sports News, I'm Brendan Cafferty.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
If you're losing calls, missing leads, or spending too much time chasing customers, this message is for you. Create Assistance helps businesses answer every call, text, and message 24/7 using AI employees without hiring more staff. We handle bookings, follow-ups, reminders, and customer communication all inside one simple system built for small businesses. Stop losing opportunities after hours. Visit createassistance.ai and book a quick call today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
Quick question. How many calls, texts, or messages does your business miss every week? Nights, weekends, busy days. That's lost money. Create Assistance helps businesses fix that problem using AI employees that answer calls, respond to texts, book appointments, and follow up with leads 24/7 automatically. No extra staff, no complicated software. Everything runs inside one simple command center that replaces scattered tools, missed follow-ups, and manual busy work. Whether you're a service business, office, or multi-location company, Create Assistance keeps your business responsive, organized, and running even when you're off the clock. Stop letting leads slip through the cracks. Visit createassistance.ai to book a free call, or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rick Tittle knows his sports.
I hate that guy.
I love that guy. Oh my gosh, he's so fine. Rick Tittle brings home the bacon, fries it up in a pan, and then he eats it.
Ricky T in the hizzle for shizzle, biznatch.
Thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. A couple of filmmakers to start things off, and Scott Spiezio has a book called The Hardest Comeback. You know, his dad was a World Series champ, had 2 rings. He ended up with 2 rings as well, but he had to battle a lot of alcohol problems. I just want to finish the statement from UEFA as I cut myself off. I say the moment external investors acquire ownership, football changes forever. Commercial return becomes a permanent obligation. Investors' expectations become a daily pressure. From the moment onwards, every decision of the internal calendar, every decision on the competition formats, every decision shaping the future of football is no longer driven what best serves the game, but what best serves stakeholders. This model has no place in world football. Football's future cannot be dictated by the expectations of those whose first duty is to maximize financial return. Nor can the interests of National Association, leagues, clubs, players, and supporters become subordinate to investor returns. Football cannot mortgage its future for financial gain. Europe's position is clear. We will never lend this model our legitimacy. No one has the moral authority to sell what they merely hold in trust for the next generation. As a result of today's decision, no UEFA national teams will participate in any FIFA competition for as long as these proposals still remain alive. This proposal must be abandoned in its entirety, and binding assurances must have been given that FIFA will never again open its governance or competition to private ownership. Nobody should be in any doubt. UEFA and its national associations will oppose these plans with absolute determination. These are moments where institutions are judged not by what they are prepared to accept, but what they refuse to compromise, and this is one of those moments. Some things are simply too important to sell. The FIFA World Cup belongs to football. It always will. And so long as Europe has a voice, it will never be for sale. I love it. I really do. Let's see what Gianni says now. No, you guys, it's cool. No, it's going to be fine. No, you're going to get $40 million.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now, with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer.
800-690-8223. 800-690-8223. 800-690-8223. That's 800-690-8223.
Everyone likes a success story. All In Lid Company was started by two young entrepreneurs who wanted to build a premium hat brand around quality products and an inspiring mindset. That mindset, All In Lid, isn't about what you wear, it's about how you think. Believe in yourself. This brand was created to inspire people to go all in on themselves, to chase the goals that matter to them, to bet on their vision, their work ethic, and their belief, even when the outcome feels uncertain. Founded at Florida State University in Tallahassee, the message quickly resonated with students who believed in the mentality behind it. Today, All In Lid represents more than premium headwear. It represents commitment, confidence, and ownership, a reminder to stop playing small and show up fuller for your goals. Their mission is simple: to inspire as many people as possible to go all in on themselves and their next chapter. allinlid.com.
My fellow Americans, let the message ring out that from this day forward, when you buy American, you buy the best. Handcrafted, something premium, something pure. For this is the very essence of what our servicemen and women gave their lives to protect, and by God, we shall not allow their sacrifice to be forgotten. It's time to show the world just how great American can be. And we will not wait for tomorrow to come. We will stand here, this moment, together, and we will start today. Don't ever forget how great it is to be American. America we need right now. America, premium vodka. Celebrate responsibly.
Hour 2 of titillating sports. You thought it couldn't get any better, but it's better. Rick Tittle is back. He's so great. I can't believe how awesome he is. More sports talk, yes. Couldn't get any better, but it's better. Rick Tittle is back. He's so great. I can't believe how awesome he is. More sports talk, yes. Hour 2 of titillating sports.
Hey, check out Channel 9. Check out Rick Tittle.
All right, thank you for that. Welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, nationally syndicated out of San Francisco and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. It's our pleasure to welcome to the show filmmaker David Alvarado. He has a brand new documentary entitled American Pachuco, The Legend of Luis Valdez. And this is going to be opening tomorrow at the Roxy and at 6:10. And Luis, Luis and David will be there. Also on Saturday in Berkeley at the Elmwood. That'll be at 4 p.m. The Smith Raffel. Later on, Saturday night at 7. Sunday back at the Roxy. And also a 7 p.m. show Sunday back at the Elmwood again. And first of all, welcome to the show, David. And for a lot of people who don't know about Luis Valdez, he's basically not just a playwright, a screenwriter, a director, an actor, but he's sort of regarded now as the father of Chicano film. And he has Bay Area roots as well. He's a San Jose guy, right?
Yeah, that's right. He grew up in San Jose after he was born and raised in Delano, then they moved to San Jose for a bit. He went to college in San Jose, and then after he graduated, went up and worked with the San Francisco Mime Troupe when he was cutting his teeth in theater. So he's been a Bay Area guy for a while.
Did you ever, I'm a lot older than you, I'm sure, did you ever see the Burt Lancaster movie Valdez is Coming?
No.
It's a great movie. It's like 1971, and of course, white guy, but he plays a Mexican American, and they tie it's an old West movie. They tie a crucifix to him.
That's great.
And he gets revenge, and wherever he goes, tell them Valdez is coming. I just thought
I wish I watched it. Now I'm gonna have to go watch it.
You have to watch. It's not a bad flick. Valdez is coming. Check it. Anyway, I just crossed my mind. Now,
well, it's a spirit movie for this situation because Valdez is coming. It's coming to theaters across America, and he's coming back with vengeance because it's he's been overlooked for way too long, and people have been really responding in the theaters. What an incredible life he's lived and his contributions to American culture. So yeah, Valdez is coming.
It's funny. I got to interview Lou Diamond Phillips last year, and he of course played Ricardo Valenzuela in the
classic,
the Valdez movie La Bamba, which was a big hit in the 80s, and he always said, because he can play so many ethnicities, he says, I'm like UPS, I say, what can Brown do for you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, there's so many different roles he's played, but it goes to show too, like, the world has changed over these decades. More actors of color are getting more opportunities, and it's because of people like Louise, paving the way.
All right. So from the San Francisco Mime Troupe, when did it, because obviously he wanted to be an actor, a theater guy, when did film come into Valdez's life?
Well, during actually the Grape Strike, he was in a few documentaries at the time, when he was part of the union. So I think he sort of had his eye on the cameras even at that time as a storyteller. And then once he left the union in the late 60s, one of the first things they did, they started doing their own plays, now no longer being attached to the union. They had more freedom and flexibility to try different, more political things. And but then in addition to those new plays, there was a photographer, George Ballas, who also knew how to shoot on cinema cameras, Bolex film, 16 millimeter type things. And they started working on their first film together, which ended up being I Am Joaquin, which is the first, Chicano, film ever made. It's a short film based on a poem. And, that was his first real foray into film. But then that later translated into other things later in his career. Once he finished Zoot Suit, the theatrical production, he took an opportunity to make a film version of it, in the studio system, and made it an incredible production. The Zoot Suit, Hollywood version of the play is an incredible production in its own right.
I know this has nothing to do with the movie, but I just wondered if he crossed paths with Cesar Chavez, because that's all problematic now that his name has to be removed. There's like so few heroes that had these places named after him, and now his name's got to come down. Did those two, when it, in the valley and the agricultural world, did they ever cross paths?
Oh yeah. No, they worked together. I mean, Cesar hired Luis, as a strike captain when Luis first came to the union. He first approached Dolores Huerta, said, "Hey, can you guys use theater as part of your strike to encourage people to join it?" She said, "Yes, that's great. I love it, but you also got to, ask Cesar." So he went, and so they knew each other well for the first 2 or so years when Luis was working with the union. But then actually we cover this in the film, and what's interesting is we covered this before the news about Cesar Chavez broke, before anybody knew this. They actually had a falling out, and about 2 years into their working together, Luis was forced out of the union. Cesar said, "Hey, you're spending too much time on this theater thing. You have talent as a strike captain, do that instead." And Luis refused. He thought that he had a vision and a path that he wanted to follow on, and that just didn't agree with Cesar. And so just Cesar's leadership style was such where that just forced him to leave. And so, it's just interesting, this sense of control that he's always had. And so that's all in the film. And Cesar's a very small part of the film because we never really go back to that part of his world. But it's just really unfortunate everything's happening on all of this.
Yeah, no doubt. I was looking at the filmography of Valdez, and I saw that he was an actor in Which Way Is Up. And for people who know the genius of Eddie Murphy playing all these characters, I mean, Richard Pryor was the guy playing 3 characters. Which Way Is Up is a great movie.
He set the tone. Yeah, no, totally.
So, what does he mean to you? I'm going to make the assumption, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're of Latin heritage with a name like Alvarado. So, what does he mean to you personally?
Yeah, I'm Latino, Chicano. I grew up though not in Southern California, but in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So, my father's from Monterrey, Mexico, and my mother's from Southern California. So there we were in North Texas, and for my sister, and I was born in 1984. So, by the time La Bamba comes out, my sister and I, to see people that look like us reflected on a screen, at that time being, Blockbuster, old school VHS, we'd rent over and over again. That meant everything to us. And so, but I didn't know the name Luis Valdez at that time. It wasn't until I was in college, studying to become a filmmaker. He came to my university, so of course I wanted to go see him. And when he explained, his background in the Delano Gray strikes, using theater for social activism, all the way to the stages of Broadway and then Hollywood, making a mega blockbuster, I was blown away by it. So it was a real seminal moment in my career where I could see a path and see a person who, wasn't born with any opportunities given him, and he blazed the path. And so I started following him in his footsteps. And then I reached out to him about 15 years later, once my career was going, fairly well, and I was reflecting on how I got here. And I said, hey, how come there's not a documentary about Luis Valdez? So that's where this all got started.
And, just as we're closing out here, my dad grew up in a time in the 40s and 50s where when you checked race, it would say race, and it was white, colored, or Oriental. And so my dad said his Mexicans, he's from kind of his Mexican friends, they had to check white, and they hated it. It wasn't until civil rights that you could actually check something else. This is amazing, and he'll be there. I want to make sure everybody knows that American Pachuco, the legend of Luis Valdez, is going to open tomorrow at the Roxy Theater right here in San Francisco at 6:10 p.m.
We're sold out at the Roxy.
Whoa.
So if anybody wants to see, and we've been selling out at theaters across the country. We sold out in New York, which I was really shocked by. But I'm here in LA now. I've been to 10 different screenings at different venues here. We've sold out every single one that we went to, and they are starting to extend these past the 1 week run. So it's having phenomenal success. And so get your tickets now because, they're just flying off the box office. And I've just been so shocked at the response. I mean, you really have to see this movie. I know I made it, so it sounds like a pitch, but I just want people to see this movie because it is speaking to Americans right now in a very meaningful way. And not just, Chicanos, Latinos. We're talking, we showed this film at Sundance, and there's not a lot of Latinos in Park City, Utah. So I had no idea, how it was going to go. But we ended up winning not just the U.S. audience, documentary award, but we also won the Festival Favorite Award, which is the audience award across the whole festival, across every kind of submission. So, it's just been the response to this goes beyond the Latino audiences. So I hope your listeners get a chance to check it out.
Well, that's incredible praise, yeah. And it goes beyond any favoritism. Everyone has spoken. They love American Pachuco, the legend of Luis Valdez. David Alvarado, the filmmaker. Congrats, and thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right. Take care. I'm Rick Tittle. We'll come on back on the other side.
Thinking about you for quite a while. You're on my mind.
I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar. It's a beautiful piece of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver. Originally minted in 1986, these coins are a beautiful classic piece of American history, and they're a great investment you should add to your portfolio. The beauty of silver is that however much you have available to invest, silver is affordable and easy to acquire, with one coin costing around $30. So, if you choose to invest a few thousand in silver, you can get quite a bit for your money, and you'll have a tangible asset that you can hold, one you can be proud to own. Claim your piece of American history with American Silver Eagle dollars. Call the Silver Hotline right now.
800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. That's 800-620-1624.
I get a lot of calls from people across the country who are suffering from the affliction of IRS tax debt. Hi, I'm the tax doctor. Call me right now. My team specializes in helping people over the age of 50 solve their tax problems. And the bigger your tax problem is, the more money you can save. If you owe the IRS money, or you're about to owe the IRS money, or even if you need to file years of unfiled returns, call us right now. Our friendly, highly trained representatives are waiting right now to take your call. Over the years, we've helped thousands of people just like you stop the tax liens, wage garnishments, and harassing phone calls. You don't need to send the IRS a big fat check. We can negotiate a lower amount. That's what we guarantee for you. So call us right now.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. That's 800-826-4073.
I'm not insightful enough to be a movie critic. Maybe I could be a food critic. These muffins taste bad. Or an art critic. That painting is bad.
Why can't you say you talk to me? You're anything about someone else. When it comes home, your bed is on and I'll be gone. But I know my day will come. I know someday I'll be the only one. So now you wait for a spark.
I'm so disgusted by Rick Tittle that I find him very intoxicating.
All right, whatever works. Thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. We're Tittle with you coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. It's our pleasure to welcome to the show filmmaker Matt Branston. He is here because he has a new short film, which will premiere at Holly Shorts. That's a film festival. It's connected with the BAFTAs and the Oscars as well. It means that it's qualified. The film is called Little Bug with the great Martin Freeman. Matt, welcome to the show. And I saw that you live in Leicestershire, but you went to uni in Norwich. So are you Foxes, Canaries, some other team?
Firstly, thank you so much for having me. I'm a Newcastle fan.
Well, you're a Geordie.
Yeah, it's not going well for us. We lost our manager literally this morning.
What? Eddie Howe got fired?
Yeah, well, he quit. No one knows why. It hasn't been reported yet, but he's leaving.
Is that because they're selling Gilmarish and they already sold Tonali and everybody?
Yeah, that's what they think, because we've lost so many players this year, but that he's not doing it anymore.
Oh, what a disastrous offseason at St. James's Park.
Yeah, it's not good for us, is it?
What's going on with the Toon Army?
Yeah, I mean, first Isak was pretty bad. And now it's just I know what we're going to do. Last season was not very good for us.
Yeah, but Isak cried his way off the team. He wasn't part of Howway, the lads.
He just wasn't. We were lucky to get rid of him.
Wow.
He's one of the best strikers in the world. I'm much happier with Kamada and Visser.
Yeah.
They're 10 goals between them, but they're nice people, so that's what matters.
Wow. Sorry to hear about Eddie Howe. That is a shocker. It's not trickled down here to California just yet. All right.
That was big news, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Spurs man, so the last 2 years I was hanging by a thread. So
We got Tonali now, so that's good.
yes,
I like Tonali.
they went out. They got Tonali and Mateus Fernandez, and so we're hoping for brighter a future ahead. All right, let's talk about Little Bug, and this is interesting because this follows the dog Laika, the first being sent into space. We've had monkeys and humans and such things, but this is, of course, by the Soviet Union back in 1957. What sort of brought this topic to your mind?
I was reading one day. I've known about Laika my whole life. I love things to do with space. You know, Apollo 13, the movie, like Interstellar, First Man, the Damien Chazelle movie. They all appeal to me so much. And I read this true story that Laika actually was. A few days before, they all felt so terrible about what they were doing to this little dog that they took her home to play with this one scientist's family. Once I knew about that, it was so just deeply tragic to me that they had tried to give this dog this nice moment, and almost the idea that maybe hoped that this was her life from now on, but just to send her back into space to die. It intrigued me so much that I felt like I had to make a film about it.
So when you make a period piece like this, and for the authenticity and for the integrity, like every shoulder patch, every car, I mean, is that taxing sometimes where you're like, whoops, we can't have this, it's going to be a giveaway, it's not 1957?
You know, there's a scene at the start of the movie in a car, and initially I was going to do it in my, this little van I was using at the time, and my dad, who buys and sells cars, was so, disgusted by the idea of it being the wrong car, that we ended up renting, a 1960s, which is still a bit old, but it was the right sort of era. I think Daihatsu, maybe. And, yeah, we were just lucky that the production designer, Matthew, was so on board with making every single thing right. I didn't know that pots and pans were kept on the ceiling, on the walls of everything in the Soviet Union. But beyond that, it was the budget was properly low, so we were doing our best. But there's probably a few things that snuck through,
By the way, I'm sorry, I'm still reverberating. I see that Newcastle have already appointed a German named Matthias Jaissle to come in.
Yeah.
From Al Ahly. I guess he had been at Hoffenheim and Red Bull Leipzig. That was quick.
Yeah, well, I think because obviously Saudi Arabia owns Newcastle and also owns Al Ahly. But I'm actually quite excited. He's 38. I think he's pretty young for manager. But if you hear it, he just won the Asian Champions League twice in a row. So I actually think it's a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good get, as much as I would have loved someone like Glasner or someone. Yeah.
And as you say there, he looks a little bit flash.
Oh, you can tell he likes his outfits. He likes his suits and his tie and everything.
All right, getting Martin Freeman, Tim Canterbury, of course, of immortal fame from The Office. I mean, what a good get. How'd you get Martin on board?
I was telling my girlfriend Peter about this yesterday because this is a question everyone wants to know, and I wish I could give a better answer to it. But basically, I emailed his agent, and his agent said he was interested, and he agreed to do it. And literally, we asked him a week before we were shooting. I had to run home from work. I had to get my work to let me leave early so I could do a phone call with him. But I think he was just really interested in the story of he mentioned all these books and poems and comic books he had read about So I think it was just very lucky that I got one of the world's best actors. Someone, he did Fargo, Sherlock, he did everything. Yeah. And he just agreed to do it because he liked the story. So it was he was so kind, he was so lovely to everyone. So it was such a pleasure to work with him.
And then the length too. I mean, a short. Was it always going to be a short? Because I always feel like filmmakers, when they start out, they're thinking feature, or was it always going to be a short?
I paid for it myself, so I don't think it was ever going to be a feature. I don't think I can get Martin Freeman on a feature. I think telling him it was going to be about 6 hours long was what really convinced him to do it. But I think I would love to do a feature. I'd love to explore the story more. I'm working on developing some features now. But I think with this film, there was something very intimate and small about it, and sort of treating Laika as this hero in this really specific way that felt sort of it would honor her legacy in a nice way without feeling the need to sort of add in all these extra things, make it some big long piece just for the sake of it. And instead we could do something a really beautiful tribute with the amount of money we had, with the amount of time we had, And I think we did a good job with that. But, many may disagree, but I'm quite happy with it.
That's what people should know, because this is not just about Leica as a documentary. I mean, this is a story. It's very poignant. It's about choosing ambition over those we love, forgiveness. I mean, you pack a lot into this, don't you?
Yeah, thanks so much. It's really fun because I was doing an interview yesterday and someone brought this whole theme up that I hadn't even thought about before. And even now, you saying like choosing ambition over love, it wasn't something I thought about, but it is a pretty key part of the film. And I think it's really lovely when people can bring so much to a film you made that you didn't even think of. So I actually really appreciate you saying that. That's very kind.
Now, is there anyone saying, look, this is great, we need to make it 90 minutes, 2 hours? Because I know a lot of shorts do that. Are you are you like Little Bug 2, Leica's Revenge?
Just have a crash land in the USSR and do like a Sylvester Stallone movie.
Right.
I mean, hey, you're in California. If anyone wants to give me $2 million, let me know. Feel free to call me. I'll happily do it.
All right. We've been speaking with Matt Branston. The movie is called Little Bug. It's going to premiere at the Holly Shorts Film Festival, BAFTA and Academy Award affiliated as well, qualifying, I should say. Matt, thanks for coming on and up the tune.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Cheers. Bye.
All right. Good stuff. It's wow, that was interesting. Eddie Howe is regarded as one of the best English managers. There aren't a lot. I think there's only one English manager in the Premier League. It's pretty crazy. He also, before they hired Thomas Tuchel, a lot of people wanted Eddie Howe to be the manager of England. And they said, let's get an Englishman. He's the only one we like. And he said, I'm pretty ensconced here up here in Newcastle. But they had some problems with the PGMOL, which means that you have to sort of match the profits to what you're spending. And so it's to keep teams from going into administration, or as we would call here, into bankruptcy. And they sold Tonali, £95 million, a lot of money, to Tottenham Hotspur. Guimaraes, the Brazilian midfielder, is supposed to be on his way to Arsenal or somewhere else. And Eddie Howe has quit, and they already have a new German manager. All right, we'll continue the conversation with Scott Spiezio. We'll talk baseball with Scott.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. As a veteran, show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you'll get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. That's 800-887-1097. Proceeds support Heroes on the Water.
Let's be honest. Most businesses don't struggle because demand is low. They struggle because their back end can't handle growth. Leads come in, but follow up is slow. Calls get missed. Appointments don't get confirmed. And everything lives in different places. So even when marketing works, revenue doesn't scale. That's a systems problem. Create Assistance fixes this by building a done-for-you CRM and automation system that captures every lead, follows up automatically, confirms appointments, and keeps everything organized in one place. And only after that foundation is built, AI voice and chat employees get added on. If your business feels chaotic behind the scenes, it's time to fix the back end. Visit createassistance.ai and book your call today. Or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
And by the way, can I just say, Rick, that Rick Tittle is one of the great names of all time.
People going nowhere, seeking for a ride, looking for the answer that they know inside.
Don't be getting your granny panties all in a bunch. We got Rick Tittle up in here.
All right, thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, nationally syndicated out of San Francisco and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. It's our pleasure to welcome to the show two-time World Series champion Scott Spiezio. And he's here. He's got a couple things about his life. One of them is his new memoir entitled The Hardest Comeback. And there's also a feature-length documentary entitled Spiezio. And this is going to premiere on September 10th. Scott, welcome to the show. And as a guy who did worked A's games for 10 years and worked part of the radio pre and post, the first thing I thought of when I thought of you was that open stance, you know, especially as a lefty when you would switch hit. And I always thought that looked scary when you would open up your chest and your crotch to the to the pitcher. What was it about that open stance of yours?
Oh man! Well, first of all, Rick, thanks for having me on. It's an honor to be on. You know, I switched my stance up quite a bit in my career. Sometimes I would open that stance up so that I would remind myself to get coiled as the pitch came, and sometimes it was to be able to see the pitcher with both eyes and really try to be able to have both eyes track that ball in all the way to the contact point. So, something, you know, I wasn't as bad as like Cal Ripken Jr., where I changed my batting stance like once a week, but every once in a while I had to change it up.
Now, The Hardest Comeback, you're very open about your problems with alcohol. I remember I saw an interview with Quincy Jones, and he said, I had one problem in my life, and the problem was vodka. And it made me think of, you know, the former A, Bob Welch. He wrote a book called 5 O'Clock Comes Early. When he was with the Dodgers, he would be out drinking, and that 5 o'clock bus to the ballpark, 5 p.m. was like the crack of dawn for him. So what was that like? Because I know you were consuming tons of booze, weren't you?
Yeah. It's just weird because I was so anti-drugs and alcohol. I didn't even like taking aspirin or Tylenol or Advil in my career. I was the dare guy from high school. I'd go talk to grade schools, and I continued that through high school and college and minor leagues and major leagues. I won the Dave Stewart Community Service Award my rookie year in Oakland. I was the Roberto Clemente 2003 nominee for the Angels. And I was just that guy that didn't like going out. You know, I liked going to see music, live music, but that was it really. At the most, I'd choke down a few beers. You know, probably had only been drunk a few times in my life. But didn't like that vibe and knew I had a goal. And so, you know, it was weird to go from that to, never, hardly drinking and then getting hurt at 32 when I was with Seattle in spring training and starting to use alcohol to deal with pain and depression and anxiety, thinking my career could possibly be over because my injury was so severe with my T6 and T7 being blown out and potentially being paralyzed. And then I ended up growing dependent on the alcohol, and slowly but surely, became an alcoholic unknowingly to me. But I kind of played it off because other people around me were drinking, and so I thought that was no big deal. And eventually got released by the Mariners after just over a year and a half, and then for the first time, I went through a divorce and started losing some, lost contact with my parents who I'd been super close with. They just knew that I was making some bad choices and couldn't watch me do it. And saw my first drug when I was 33. And, I had a reprieve with the Cardinals in 2006 where I had a really good season, and helped, bring us another world championship. But started by the end of that season, I was relying on both, and by 2007, I was out of control. And eventually drinking as much as 2 handles of vodka a day, and I would use the drug. It was powdered cocaine as an upper, and then vodka and whatever alcohol I could get as the downer. And I was just a constant balancing act, and ended up cutting my career short. And luckily with the help of God and my family and true friends, I was able to get out of it. And that's why I wrote the book and did the movie, because I think that's the most important thing in my life is to realize that maybe my purpose was not baseball. It was to share my story and to help people stay away from drugs and alcohol if at all possible, but if they are in it, that to know that there's hope and there's a way out, and to also share my faith and help people find God.
Well, for people who don't know, Scott was part of that Wild Card Angels team that upset the Giants in the World Series in 7 games. And you mentioned the Cardinals winning one there, and your dad was part of those amazing Cardinal teams in the 60s, and he won 2 World Series rings for the Cardinals. And I remember, when you came to the A's, they're like, oh, it's Ed Spiezio's son, it's Ed Spiezio's son. So, there are guys like Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr., they just grow up in clubhouses, and sometimes that turns you into a spoiled brat, and then sometimes it's super hard because, you'll never be as good as your dad. What was that like for you growing up in clubhouses?
Well, that's the one big difference is I was born 5 or 6 days before my dad's last game in the big league in 1972. So I was born September 21st, 1972. I think his last game was September 26th, if I remember right, 1972. He retired at 30 because there was no money in the game. He had opened a furniture store in Morris, Illinois, where we both live today. And he would work from 7 in the morning until 5 at night, drive the hour up to Comiskey Park, play the game, and then do the whole thing over the next day. And, it stinks because he was just starting to figure out, how to hit and hit well, playing every day with the Padres and then the White Sox. So it kind of stunk for him, but it was good for me because he taught me the game. I did get exposed to some of that with the Cardinals, reunions, because he was with the 64, 67, and 68 teams that were in the World Series. And so we were down there quite a bit, and I was exposed to a lot of his teammates, and there used to be Equitable Old Timers games and Upper Deck Heroes of Baseball games, where, I'd get to interact with, Bobby Bonds and guys like that. And so I learned a lot from guys like that, and it was really cool, and I knew that that's what I wanted to be, and my dad gave me the cheat code to get there and stay there.
Got to ask you about Sandfrog, too. Are you guys still rocking?
No, what's crazy is 2007, was my worst year as far as like dealing with addiction and not knowing what to do, if I should come out and tell the Cardinals or try to get help. And at the end of that year, we actually, Morgan Rose, the drummer of a band called Seven Dust, we had become really good friends, and he produced our album. And my goal was to, in 2008, sell it in the stadium and maybe do a little tour like Bronson Arroyo did during the season with my band. And I just got so far that I ended up getting to a wreck, and the Cardinals released me. And we had it all set up to go. We had ESPN was using it for college baseball, lacrosse, and softball. It was on Dog the Bounty Hunter. It was in a Christian movie. One of the songs was in a Christian movie, and we were ready to go. And I just, after I got released, I just kind of fell on my face, and I just couldn't do anything, and couldn't write songs anymore. Like, lost my interest to play. And yeah, it's kind of too bad because we had it all ready to go. It's still out there though. You can get it on. You get it if you play it. I get like 0.003 cents on Apple Music and Spotify.
Music lives forever. Now I got to ask you before I let you go. You get called up in your first few years as a big leaguer. You're at the Coliseum, and you got the drummers in right field, and maybe a Tuesday night against Seattle. It's not a big crowd, but the Yankees and the Giants, it's going to be a huge crowd. And now that's gone forever. That will never happen again. And there's Sacramento on their way to Vegas. Does that make you feel a little melancholy knowing that whole thing is gone?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely some incredible history there, with the teams in the 70s, and then some of the teams that I loved watching when I was a kid, that with La Russa and McGuire and Canseco and all those guys, and the history with Ricky Henderson stealing bases there and breaking the record. And me and my teammates had some incredible moments there. And yeah, there was some down times, but overall it was really cool to play for that organization and to be able to be brought up so quickly. It's definitely sad. It's sad anytime a team moves and that fan base has to face it. But I guess it's unfortunately a part of the game now, and I'm wishing them well. But yeah, it'll be totally different than heading to the Coliseum.
All right, I want to mention the movie as well. Spiezio is going to be premiering September 10th in St. Louis as part of the celebration of the 20th anniversary of that 2006 World Series, where Scott was a member of. And we only have about a minute, but how hard is that? Because you can't sugarcoat these things or else no one wants to watch it. How hard of it was it to you to revisit some bad memories?
No, it was horrible. There was a part of some film that I had filmed of myself in the midst of addiction, and I found it in a camera at my parents' house, and it took me probably a month before I would even watch it. And then it took me another month before I would send it to the producer and director. But I knew that it was going to be a powerful moment in the film, and so I did it. And I tried to do that with the book and the film. Even though it was tough, I want the purpose we did it. We did all these things is to help people, and I thought, like you said, if I left those out, it wouldn't be as strong and powerful.
The book is also called The Hardest Comeback. For more information on the movie and the book, go to spiezio.info. That's SPIEZIO.info. Scott, man, I watched your whole career. I'm glad you came out the other side. Thanks for coming on.
Rick, thanks for having me so much. It's been an honor to be on the show.
All right, good stuff. I'm Rick Tittle. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back on Sports Byline.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work. Real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494. Right now, you can switch from cable television to satellite television for free. That's right, we're offering free equipment, free installation, plus get a free $100 prepaid Visa card. Call the Satellite TV hotline right now. Make the switch from cable to satellite television and expand your viewing horizon. On top of free installation, for a limited time, we're offering a fixed price guarantee. With Satellite TV, you'll save money over your expensive cable bill. Plus, get access to hundreds of channels. And when you call right now, you can also ask about our seniors and military discounts. So make the switch to Satellite TV right now. Everybody gets free installation, free equipment, plus a $100 prepaid Visa card. Call right now and you can switch to Satellite TV and be watching everything you wanted to within the next week. And remember, installation's free, so call right now. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. That's 800-696-2871.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. That's 800-364-2984.
This is special too, isn't it? Look, see? Still got the old tagger on it. See, never even played it. See?
You just bought it?
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I wasn't going to touch it.
No, don't touch it.
I was just pointing at it.
Well, don't point even.
Don't even point?
No, it can't be played. Never. I mean,
Can I look at it?
No, you've seen
Don't
enough
look
of
at
that
it.
one.
I'm so disgusted by Rick Tittle that I find him very intoxicating.
All right, and thanks to Scott Spiezio, and I'm sure Giants fans don't like remembering Game 6. I went to all 7 of those games, and the Giants won their 3 by football scores, like 17-2 or whatever. But that Game 6, it was 1 out in the 7th, and Dusty Baker went out to Russ Ortiz, and he relieved him, and he gave him the ball. And the Angels were like, what? He gave him the ball. That really pissed him off. But the meltdown, it was like Tim Worrell who put a couple guys on, and they gave it to Rob Nen, and he gave up a 3-run home run to Scott Spiezio. And everybody was like, Spiezio? Because Spiezio he wasn't a bad player. He was a total utility guy. Play anywhere, first, second, third, short, outfield. But he was a 240 hitter with very light. I mean, he would hit like 8 to 12 home runs a year. And when Scott Spiezio hit a home run off Rob Nen, who was like the hardest thrower in baseball at the time, it just, Game 7, Levon Hernandez came in, it was immediately terrible. And then they went to Kirk Reeder. And I talked to Kirk about this. Kirk pitched great. I think he pitched like 6 2/3. But Game 6 was such a heartbreaker with the Giants leading 5-0 in the 7th inning. And luckily, they've won 3 World Series since then, so it doesn't hurt as much. But that was brutal. And I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm an Angels hater. All right. I'm Rick Tittle. We got Chris Porter coming in studio here at 11:12 a.m. Come on back.
This is an all sports news sports update.
I'm Brennan Cafferty. For most college athletes, the final game of their career won't be played in a professional stadium. That is why universities are placing increasing emphasis on preparing student athletes for success long after their playing days are over. College athletics has always focused on competition, teamwork, and personal development. Today, many athletic departments have expanded that mission by offering leadership training, career counseling, financial education, internship opportunities, and professional networking designed to help student athletes transition into the workforce. The skills developed through athletics often translate directly into the business world. Time management, communication, leadership, problem solving, and performing under pressure are qualities employers consistently seek, and student athletes have years of experience developing those abilities while balancing academics and competition. Many universities have also introduced programs that connect current athletes with former student athletes who built successful careers in business, education, healthcare, law, media, and public service. Those relationships help students better understand the opportunities available after graduation and provide valuable professional guidance. While only a small percentage of college athletes continue into the professional sports, nearly all of them enter careers where lessons learned through athletics continue shaping their lives. Coaches often remind players that the discipline required to succeed in a sport can become one of the greatest advantages they carry into the future. Success in college athletics isn't measured only by championships. It's also measured by preparing young men and women to be successful professionals, leaders, and contributors to their community. In other sports, lacrosse continues growing throughout the United States as schools, youth organizations, and colleges introduce more opportunities for athletes to participate in one of the nation's fastest growing team sports. Participation has expanded well beyond its traditional regions, with new programs appearing in communities across the country. Increased television coverage, collegiate competition, and youth development initiatives continue introducing the game to new generations of athletes. As interest continues to rise, lacrosse demonstrates how emerging sports can build strong national followings through grassroots participation and long-term investment in player development. For All Sports News, I'm Brendan Cafferty.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
If you're losing calls, missing leads, or spending too much time chasing customers, this message is for you. Create Assistance helps businesses answer every call, text, and message 24/7 using AI employees without hiring more staff. We handle bookings, follow-ups, reminders, and customer communication all inside one simple system built for small businesses. Stop losing opportunities after hours. Visit createassistance.ai and book a quick call today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
Quick question. How many calls, texts, or messages does your business miss every week? Nights, weekends, busy days. That's lost money. Create Assistance helps businesses fix that problem using AI employees that answer calls, respond to texts, book appointments, and follow up with leads 24/7 automatically. No extra staff, no complicated software. Everything runs inside one simple command center that replaces scattered tools, missed follow-ups, and manual busy work. Whether you're a service business, office, or multi-location company, Create Assistance keeps your business responsive, organized, and running even when you're off the clock. Stop letting leads slip through the cracks. Visit createassistance.ai to book a free call, or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rick Tittle knows his sports.
I hate that guy.
I love that guy. Oh my gosh, he's so fine. Rick Tittle brings home the bacon, fries it up in a pan, and then he eats it.
Ricky T in the hizzle for shizzle, biznatch.
Thank you for that. Chris Porter standing by to come in studio. He's at the Punchline. He's got a show tonight. He had a show last night. He missed that one. 2 tomorrow. 2 on Saturday as well. You know, a lot of times, as I say, people say bad things about their teams and their cities, and it happens. When Quentin Moss came to the Raiders, he was like, damn, that's where careers go to die. I was like, wow, is that what people are saying? Damn, that hurts. But I saw a quote from Plaxico Burress yesterday, and I didn't hear him say it, but I read it, so I don't know if it's true or not. But he was talking to someone, and he compared the Jets playing for the Jets. Yes, of course, we remember him with the Giants winning the Super Bowl, but he compared the Jets to being in prison, y'all. He said, quote, "They are both kind of similar, because when I walked into prison on my first day, I was like, damn, man, you a effing loser. And I had that same damn feeling every day I walked through the door with the Jets." That is not good. And that's messed up, too. And you know what else? What else, Rick? There are some teams that have that vibe. You know? I remember looking at colleges, and you just get on campus, and you just look around, and you're like, ugh. You just see a frowny, ugly face or something, and you see a building. You just, you get that feeling. Can you imagine being in the National Football League in the media center of the universe, New York City, and a team that won a Super Bowl, 3, never won the AFC, but you walk in, and every day you're like, man, you a loser. You do have to get people like that off your team, though. If somebody is not, you don't need to be overjoyed, but you better be appreciative of the fact that you're making a lot of money playing a kid's game. Is it a kid's game? Maybe that's baseball. All right. 1-800-878-PLAY. Tune in app, iHeartRadio, Stitcher app. We're getting the two-shot ready here, both webcams for Chris Porter, who will be coming in very, very soon. In fact, after this break. Come on back.
Everyone likes a success story. All In Lid Company was started by two young entrepreneurs who wanted to build a premium hat brand around quality products and an inspiring mindset. That mindset, All In Lid, isn't about what you wear, it's about how you think. Believe in yourself. This brand was created to inspire people to go all in on themselves, to chase the goals that matter to them, to bet on their vision, their work ethic, and their belief, even when the outcome feels uncertain. Founded at Florida State University in Tallahassee, the message quickly resonated with students who believed in the mentality behind it. Today, All In Lid represents more than premium headwear. It represents commitment, confidence, and ownership, a reminder to stop playing small and show up fuller for your goals. Their mission is simple: to inspire as many people as possible to go all in on themselves and their next chapter. AllInLid.com. Be sure to check it out. AllInLid.com.
This important consumer alert is from the Credit Repair Hotline, a national service designed to help people improve their credit scores. Are you paying high interest rates because of your credit rating? Wouldn't you like to be able to qualify for a better car loan or mortgage rate? Would lower monthly payments give you more financial flexibility? If you're finally ready to fix your credit problem, you need to call today and get a free consultation from the Credit Repair Hotline. In one fast and easy call, we can pull your credit rating and show you real solutions how to improve your credit. And again, this is part of a 100% free consultation. Learn how you can save money on everyday purchases by having a better credit rating. And it all starts with this free phone call right now.
800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. That's 800-413-6214.
Lower your car payment today. Lower your car payment today. Yes, you heard us right. You can lower your car payment right now by making this free call and save up to $1,400 a year on your current car payments. Think about your current car payment right now. What's that costing you per year? Now think about what it would be like to put an extra $1,400 back in your pocket. That's the average savings our customers experience. We can help you drive the same car and pay less every month by lowering your car payment's interest rate to as low as 4.67%. At Rate Genius, we can work with you to refinance any car payment. If you qualify, it costs you nothing to find out how you can lower your car payment. To learn more, call this number right now.
800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. That's 800-832-2816.
Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle is a genius, the best show ever. He's so wonderful, genius, the best show ever. He's so wonderful. Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle he's so handsome, he's a genius.
I am so excited to be back on the Rick Tittle Show.
All right, thank you for that triumph. And we're very excited to have my buddy and a great friend of the show and network, Chris Porter, stand-up comedian. And you can see him on YouTube and twitch.tv on these fantastic webcams. And he's here because he's in town at the world-famous Punchline. Go to punchlinecomedy.com for tickets because he has another show tonight. He has 2 tomorrow, and he has 2 on Saturday. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Rick.
And we were just talking about Middle Rage.
Yeah, the new special.
Tell us more, please.
Well, it's like middle age, but then I put a fancy R next to it because I'm angry. Yeah, it's the new special, number 6. It's a lot of dealing with becoming an age where you can start to look back and things are different. So it's a lot of reminiscing. It's a lot of stuff about buying CDs and all that stuff.
I think for me, it's hard to believe I'm 61 when I feel like I'm 29 still.
Yeah.
But when I see guys that are like 10 years younger than me who look like Santa, and I'm like, wait, I'm way older than you?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's what freaks me out because I paid a lot for this hairpiece.
Yeah, man. It's funny, especially when I do shows at home. Like people come up to me after shows and be like, "Hey, man," and I won't recognize them. And I remember, and then their wives will have to be like, "You went to high school with him," and I'll be like, "That's you." Did you do all the meth? Like, what happened in the last 20 years?
All the meth.
You look like you, at the end of Indiana Jones 3, you chose poorly, and the night took your face away.
Wow.
But then I got a lot of people I went to high school with that look great.
Yeah.
I think,
Bobby Lee told me it was the genetic lottery.
well, Bobby Lee's Korean, so that helps.
Rice stays nice.
Rice days, but also it's like, man, you live we're very fortunate, Bobby and I, that we live a career that makes us happy and sustains us. And,
Right.
I never am like, oh, I gotta go to work.
You know what, William Shatner, another name drop here, he told me last time I had him on because he's over 90 now, and he came on and he sounded fantastic. And I'm like, William, I got to say, your voice is perfect. What do you do for that? And he said, I believe that if you're happy and you feel positive, the voice will follow. And I thought, that's not bad, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a lot of things. Your looks will follow, too.
And then he tried to bang a green chick.
A green chick?
Did you ever see Star Trek?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'll
let you do the
I didn't know we were
jokes.
dipping into joke time. I was like, oh, did he get Me Too'd at All Forces Radio? What happened?
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm very lucky. Happiness allows, and I do CrossFit 4 times a week if I can.
So what does that entail, may I ask?
Just a lot of physiological terror. Now there's usually some sort of Olympic lifting section, and then a workout that is pretty devastating.
Well, see, for me, I played college football in the 80s, and I always hated weightlifting, getting chalked up and spot me.
Yeah.
So I would just have dumbbells, and I would just do curls. And I'm like, is it over yet?
So you're just skinny leg, giant bicep guy?
No, I actually, when I played football, I didn't have an ounce of fat on me, but I was 6'2", 200. As you know, girls say I was big boned.
Yeah.
So I just thought this won't help me. Because I play a skill position. Like, I don't want to be all bound up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's talk about me in the 80s. That's
Okay,
what I want to
great.
do for the next hour.
Let's talk about cocaine.
And so you're from Shawnee, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Shawnee. Yeah.
Now Shawnee is now that I'm going to show my whiteness. That's a tribe, right?
Yeah, almost everything in Kansas is named after a tribe that we made leave.
Right, because I know the Pawnee, so the Shawnee, but the Shawnee has that's where this guy Keaton Wagler's from, who just was a lottery pick.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he's a Shawnee guy.
Yeah, it's just a weird suburb of Kansas City. If you're into grocery stores and Targets, it's your place.
Applebee's.
Oh yeah,
Chipotle.
the Applebee's that I went on my first date at just closed. It was open for like 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then people just said, "I've had enough of your fake restaurant."
Well, deep fried apps. God bless America.
I mean, let's be honest. Applebee's is just McDonald's with a waiter. We're not. It's not a huge step up here, except I can get a mixed drink.
I just remember there's an Applebee's in Alameda, which is next to Oakland. It's where the Raiders have their facilities. And not many people know who I am unless you love sports talk, right?
Yeah.
And I walked into the Applebee's in Alameda. This is like 15 years ago. And the bartender went, "No way, Rick Tittle's in here. He's here." And the whole restaurant went, "Who?" And I was like, "Shh, dude." He goes, "Beer's on me." I'm like, "That's really nice of you, but shh."
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, "Am I supposed to know this guy?" And I'm going, no.
Yeah, that's the worst, is when everyone's like, "What should I know you from?" You're like, obviously nothing, or you would know me.
I loved it when I saw you in SAC. Well, I think it was last year, and you and I. So I went into the green room and hung out with you for a sec. But when you were on stage, somebody was heckling you a little bit, and you said, "Looks easy, huh? Looks like I'm just talking." You know, this is an act. But I remember thinking that it looks like I'm just talking.
Yeah, man. A lot of it's funny is like, if you're good at your job, you make it look easy, and people are like, oh, and stand-up comedy is one of those things where people are like, oh, I wanted to try that, and blah, blah, blah. So you make it seem like it's pretty easy. And so when they get a moment, they'll yell something out and it just lays there. And it's my favorite because I'll just stop and let them suffer it. And then go, look what you did. We were having a great time, and then you opened your stupid mouth.
We paid to see you, and I'm always amazed at guys who are so insecure that they'll take a date to a comedy club and then panic, being like, uh-oh, he's funnier than me. Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's my job.
Why are you nervous? Why aren't you laughing your ass off?
There was a time in San Antonio. I was doing my show, and it was a very small crowd because I'm white. And just in San Antonio, you're in the minority.
There's not a lot of big clubs in San Antonio.
No. Yeah. And for some reason, there's 2 comedy clubs in San Antonio. Or at least there were at the time.
I don't even know what they are.
It was at the time it was LOL and the other one.
Okay, yeah.
And so I'm at the show, and this guy's got his arm around his chick, and I'm doing my act. And I just notice every time I tell a punchline, he kind of whispers something into her ear. And I get it. He's not messing up the show at all, but I see it. And after a while, you see the girl start to get annoyed. And then towards the end, she's leaning as far away from it as she can. And he doesn't see it. And he keeps leaning over and whispering stuff into her ear. And I just saw her roll her eyes, and I stopped the show. And I go, hey, man. I go, you're not messing up the show. You're absolutely fine, but you're killing yourself. I'm like, I've noticed for the last 40 minutes, every time I say something funny, you feel the need to kind of add something into her ear to like justify that you're also funny. And he kind of nodded like that. I go, which is fine. I get that. But she's not into it.
Right.
I go, did you notice that she was at your shoulder and now she's as far away from you as she could possibly be? And she turns and looks at him and nods.
You called it.
And he was like, okay. And so I leave him alone. Go back into it. First joke. I see him, his head like, he goes to 2. He can't stop himself. Joke 2. Gets a little further. Joke 3, can't help himself, leans in, says something to her. She stands up and leaves.
Wow.
Leaves him there. I come out to the lobby. I go, where's your girl? He's like, she left.
Wow. That reminds me of when I was like 12. I was at an A's game with my family. And every time there was a foul ball, I went, I got it. And my mom was like, you got to stop saying that.
Yeah.
17 foul balls later, I went, I got. It was so hard not to say it, but I was 12. All right, let's go. This is more self-introspection on the other side. Chris Porter is at the punchline. Come back.
Obscenity, I can't repeat. Decadence and promiscuity. The world's instead of iniquity. Vulgarity is overused. Debauchery leaves me unamused. So if you really want to be in the groove, be like me and be a prude. It's so boring to be loose.
With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. That's 800-853-8931.
Let's be honest. Most businesses don't struggle because demand is low. They struggle because their back end can't handle growth. Leads come in, but follow-up is slow. Calls get missed. appointments don't get confirmed, and everything lives in different places. So even when marketing works, revenue doesn't scale. That's a systems problem. Create Assistance fixes this by building a done-for-you CRM and automation system that captures every lead, follows up automatically, confirms appointments, and keeps everything organized in one place. And only after that foundation is built, AI voice and chat employees get added on. If your business feels chaotic behind the scenes, it's time to fix the back end. Visit createassistance.ai and book your call today. Or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. That's 800-826-4073.
To me, it's like a mountain, a vast bowl of pus.
时间不会瞬间改变天空的颜色，别让我在黑夜看不清方向。记忆中的每幅画面不再是绿色，希望中会布满每一个角落，希望中会布满每一个角落。
Who cares about anything else when you've got Rick Tittle on the radio?
All right. Well, you have my scalp on YouTube. It's hard to get these cameras. It doesn't matter. You can see us on YouTube and Twitch. I say us because Chris Porter, the comedian, is in studio with me here in the San Francisco Sports Byline Studios. He's here because he's at the world famous Punchline on Battery Street, punchlinecomedy.com for tickets. He has a show tonight. He has 2 tomorrow, 2 on Saturday as well. It's crazy, Chris, when you think about, because you've been coming in here over a decade and you're more than 20 years into the comedy game now, right?
Yeah.
And you're a young man, but you're a grizzled vet in your career.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't feel that way. I guess that's what happens when you start when you're 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when did the transition, I know I've asked this before, but I forgot. When did the transition go from the crazy, curly, like Larry Fine hair with the big, huge sport coat to more relaxed who you really are?
Well, I mean, that's who I was at the time.
Okay.
I wanted to be a rock star, and I, you know, when I finally got enough money to find bell bottoms and get these jackets that I'd always pined for, it was just, yeah, it was like the prophecy fulfilling itself. Because I was traveling the country, watching the Black Crowes and doing all that stuff.
Did you want to be a musician?
Yeah, and I still do that on the side.
Guitar?
Recreationally. Yeah, I got a cover band in Kansas City.
Nice.
Now.
I know that Kid Rock's your buddy.
Kid Rock's my buddy. Well, let's back up. Bobby Ritchie is my buddy. When he becomes Kid Rock, I tend to.
Okay. All right. But that was you at the time. That was your true self. You were.
Yeah, and then I grew up and was like, okay, I'm kind of over this, and I'm 30 something. Maybe it's time to not dress like I want to be in the Allman Brothers. And so, yeah, I just eventually I cut my hair because that didn't turn out the way I wanted it. And I thought it was going to grow into like a mane of curls, and it just grew out like this shrubbery. And so, yeah, and then you just grow up and you're like, okay, I don't need this hair. And then you're like, okay, I don't need these clothes. And then you just, you grow up and you become a different person. Or not a different person, just.
Yeah, you maybe put away some, I don't want to say childish things, but you just sort of get a different perspective on it.
Yeah, and you also want to show yourself in a different light. I didn't want to show myself as a guy that maybe sell weed. And I wanted to project myself as someone that was successful and like that.
But still, and I know I don't want to say it haunted you, but for years people are like, do Taco Bell. Right?
Oh yeah. And for a long time I that would upset me, and now I think it's the greatest compliment in the world.
Cool.
It's like, oh, these people still know these bits. And I'll still do rape nudge at the end of the show sometimes, and you start the joke and you watch people in the audience high five each other like he's doing it.
But that's the dichotomy when we go to see a band that we love and they go, here's stuff from our new album. Boo, boo.
Yeah.
But comedian, hey, here are these jokes from my special 2 years ago. We already heard these.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird, they want to hear one or two.
The classics.
They want to hear like one bit. But yeah, if you show up and you do your last special start to finish, yeah, they're going to be upset, and they have every right to be because they've already seen all this. But yeah, I do have a lot of musician friends where I'm like, we have the exact opposite problems.
Right. Well, there's some guy, and I don't blame him because is it Kevin Farley, Chris Farley's brother? Yeah. So I've seen him many times open for Spade. I've seen him at the Strip in New York, and the same 12 minutes. Decades. It's the same 12 minutes. And he's not doing an hour. And I thought, why not? It works and he kills.
Yeah.
Why change it? All right.
Yeah. Because eventually people see it.
Well, comedy nerds like me see it.
Yeah.
But there's another comedian, I won't say his name on the air, who I love. And I know it's going to be at least 75% of the stuff I've seen for years.
Yeah.
But there'll be about 20, and I'm always like thinking, oh, this is new. But I love it so much that I keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think, look, when it comes to music and they say, hey, we're going to play the new stuff, if the new stuff's good.
If it's good, yeah.
Then we want to hear it.
Right.
But if it's just something you made so you could go on tour again, you can leave that at home.
I remember I was interviewing the guy from One Republic, the lead singer. And for his hit, and he goes, we have this new song that's going to be big. And I'm thinking, oh, the new song. But it was the Counting Stars. It was the official song of Major League Baseball that year. It's like, so you're right. I shouldn't shun the new stuff. You never know.
Yeah. But also, I went to see the Doobie Brothers a couple years ago, and it was too much new stuff.
Yeah.
It was you're the Doobie Brothers. Yeah. If I don't hear Blackwater real quick, I'm going to be real upset about this.
That's what I don't like about some cover bands who are so into the group that they do self-indulgent deep cuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're all here for the hits. If you want to do a deep cut, great, but you better be another hit right after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I went and saw Hall & Oates at the Borgata years ago. And it was an older crowd and no one stood up for the entire show. It was just everyone sat down. And then at one point they're like, we're going to play this song. We haven't played in 20 years. And they start playing it. And this old man, 2 rows in front of me, you could tell it was like his song. He could not believe they were playing it live. He claps his hand and he stands up and he's dancing along. His wife's jabbing him in the side. This lady behind him who doesn't even know him is also shoving her hand in his back going, sit down, sit down. And he turned, and I'm behind her going, keep going. Stand. And they're looking at me. I go, let him have fun. It's a concert. And he turns around and looks at them and he goes, I'm not sitting down. And for 3.5 minutes, this guy had the time of his life. And then as soon as the song was over, he stared everyone down and sat back down. And the rest of the show was fine.
Wow. That's you in 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I did that at a Black Crowes concert like 15 years ago. They sat me up front. And, of course, I'm standing right up dancing. These old people behind me are like, will you sit down? I go, no. I go, this is a concert.
Right.
I drove 4 hours to be here.
Right. If we're at a basketball game,
absolutely.
I guess I'm blacking out your view.
And then they had a cop come over and he was like, will you sit down? I go, no, I don't have to. It's a concert. And he goes, well, then will you just go stand over there for me? I was like, yeah, that's fine.
That's cool. Well, at least you're reasonable. I had Thomas Dolby, you know who he is? She blinded me with science. That's fun.
Yeah.
So he was on my show a couple of weeks ago, and then last week or 2 weeks or whatever, they have this concert at the Castro. It was all 80s bands.
Yeah.
And so he left me a ticket, so I checked it out. And so it's like, it's Tommy Two-Tone. We just want to hear 8675309.
Yeah.
So everybody got 3 songs, and it was on rails. It was really well done, and everybody got to do their one hit, and then Flock of Seagulls did their 2 hits. Iran, the national anthem of Iran, and so cool. And then Thomas Dolby is the last one, and we're waiting for She Blind Me with Science, and he starts doing this like explorative, like African music, and then he did like a jazz exploration, and 5 songs in, I left because it was like 10:45 on a school night, and I'm like, I give up. So to him, he's like, well, I want to do my music. And I thought, if I was going to a Thomas Dolby concert, I would be a little pissed that you were doing this, but it's your show.
Yeah.
Everyone in here, I'm the young guy at this show. I was called Whippersnapper. This is all music for you. It's not for us. Like, as you know, read the room.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I just was saying, and thanks for the ticket, Thomas. He's a lovely guy on the show. But it's just like, do you really think we came here to hear a jazz exploration?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. Or the guy from Jethro Tull was doing like a Jethro Tull opera. And, my parents went, but they knew what it was. Right. They had read the article, but people don't read. They just see a headline and they just react. So they just see Jethro Tull, don't read any of the other words.
All right.
And they show up and there's no, they play half a Aqualung in Act 1, and and people are streaming out. It's like, this really isn't on him, because he told you what this was going to be. But you're absolutely right. If I show up to a Black Crow show and they're like, "Hey, this is our jazz odyssey," yeah, you're going to be upset.
When I was, we have about a minute here before the break, but when I was in high school, I really liked the Doors and Jim Morrison, the Lizard King, and my dad, when he was in the Navy in Hawaii, he was an officer, and Admiral Morrison was on the staff. And I was like, whoa. And he lived in Alameda for a while. Another shout out Alameda. I went to see his grave at the Père Lachaise in Paris. And so then I was in college. Jim Morrison's brother-in-law is going to give a talk, and a tell-all. Was like, whoa, I got to see what this inside story is. So I paid, whatever, $10. This guy comes out, and he goes, hello, is everyone all right? I married Jim Morrison's sister after he died. And I'm like, what?
That doesn't count.
What am I doing? So I heard one story where I'm like, dude, you're traveling around to colleges in the U.S.
Yeah. Come see a guy who knew Jim Morrison.
I married his sister after he died. And he wasn't just a lovely English accent. It was an annoying one like this. And on that note, we'll go to a commercial break. Chris Porter is in studio. Come on back.
She's ready.
There it is.
Oh, Mississippi, she's calling my name. Catfish are jumping, that paddle wheel bumping. Black water keep rolling on fast as the sea. Oh, black water keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on? Oh, black water keep on rolling.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
I get a lot of calls from people across the country who are suffering from the affliction of IRS tax debt. Hi, I'm the tax doctor. Call me right now. My team specializes in helping people over the age of 50 solve their tax problems. And the bigger your tax problem is, the more money you can save. If you owe the IRS money, or you're about to owe the IRS money, or even if you need to file years of unfiled returns, call us right now. Our friendly, highly trained representatives are waiting right now to take your call. Over the years, we've helped thousands of people just like you stop the tax liens, wage garnishments, and harassing phone calls. You don't need to send the IRS a big fat check. We can negotiate a lower amount. That's what we guarantee for you. So call us right now.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
If we're handing out insults for being fat, let's have a go at him. Look at him. Why? And he's got glasses. Let's call 4 eyes as well. Why don't we call him Fatty Fatty Toad Boy? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Steven and his army are big and skinny, not tonight. Steven and his army step, ooh, I'm feeling it.
Don't be getting your granny panties all in a bunch. We got Rick Tittle up in here.
All right, with Chris Porter, nice enough to hang around, our good buddy. He is a stand-up comedian. He's hilarious. I can attest to that in person. I want to make sure I check him out and his run here at the Punchline. He had a show last night. He has one tonight. He has 2 tomorrow. He has 2 on Saturday as well. PunchlineComedy.com for tickets. Chris Porter is also a huge Kansas City fan.
Yeah.
Of the Royals and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I knew you when all you had was the Brett Saberhagen 85 Royals. And since then, you've got Royals World Series winners. You've got Chief multiple World Series. So are we
multiple Super Bowl?
A Super. Okay. But now, are we in a little bit of a dip? Let's start with the with things at the K right now with the Royals. What's going on with the?
This year was very disappointing. We all had a lot of hope, especially since last year seemed to be like, oh, that was our dip. 24, we get to the divisional, we lose to the Yankees. We were far outmatched. And then this year, I'm of the opinion that we need to clean house in the management section. I think we have some really good talent, a good core with Caglione, Pascantino, Witt, even Garcia, and some great pitching. And it's just, we're about to set a record for highest ERA and most blown saves in the 9th inning. I think it's 20. Our current 9th inning ERA is 20.5.
Mm-hmm.
We have 108 blown saves.
Wow. How about Salvi passing Brett all-time home run hitter, and he's still a vestige of those glory years.
Yeah, and he's great, and he's such a great ambassador for the team. I feel like he's going to have a statue. He's going to have his number out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it sucks. I think we need to get rid of Q. I think you need to clean house completely in the coaching section and, find a man. Q is very like, hey, man, whatever happens, happens. And we need somebody that's like, no, you need more of an Aaron Boone, I feel like. Someone that's like, we're going to go out there. We're going to set this place on fire. No one's going to beat us. And that's what you need, especially with these young kids. Or at least some middle point between those two thought processes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Chiefs, last year sucked. But I think we bounce back this year. I think we'll be fine.
It's funny because when I was growing up, when you talked about the Royals, Q was Quisenberry.
the relief pitcher. So you're not a fan of the manager right now.
I was for a long time, but if you own a company and you put together a great team and they're not producing, who gets fired? The manager.
So Patrick Mahomes, the ACL, questionable for Week 1. We're still hearing, or what are you hearing?
That's what he wants to. I hope he takes his time. I was very fortunate. We sat behind him at opening day.
Oh, I was going to say at the Kelsey wedding.
We got to our seats and he's right in front of us.
And he's part owner.
Very small part.
Yeah,
one of my close friends is also part owner. And he goes, how much? If you ask him how much he owns, he goes, well, more than Mahomes. So,
well, I know a friend who once tried to buy 0.25% of a Major League Baseball team for $4 million. That was 0.25%. And I go, what does that get you? And he goes, it gets me a luxury box.
Yeah,
is what it does.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
Get you 30% off merch.
And this was 20 years ago, so I can't even imagine how much it cost.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to know.
Billions.
My buddy, the owner, he whenever we go to the gift shop, he's like, just give me what you need.
Nice.
And then I got to pay him whatever.
That's nice. Well, that's like whenever a bartender goes, it's all free. You leave a $20 tip and you go, actually, I think if I had just paid for it, but you're like, it's all cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm parting with the same amount of cash and everybody feels good.
Plus, I'd rather give you $20 than give, Capital Grill
Corporate
$18.
Big Pharma. Yeah. So the backup plan now is Justin Fields.
It's not bad.
Oh, you like him?
Yeah, as a backup.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to start.
Right.
But Mahomes goes. He did stuff in Chicago. He didn't have a great team.
Right.
So I think he's way better than Chase Daniel.
What about Nussmeier, the kid?
I don't know. Is he the one we drafted?
He's the big strapping kid out of LSU.
I don't know anything about him.
Okay.
I knew we drafted a quarterback, and
there were some people who thought that he would be the number 1 overall pick, and he kind of went down. But there are a lot of people like, "Oh, Kansas City got a steal," because obviously Mahomes and Fields use their feet a lot. This guy's more of a drop back Elvis Gerbach type of guy.
Okay, well, let's not bring up old names like that. Woof. That guy broke my heart so many times. How many times can you lose to the Colts 10-7 in round 1?
It's funny. I was talking the other day about how Al Davis got in an argument with Marcus Allen, and then Joe Montana was pissed because of Steve Young, and then they both went to the Chiefs, and the Bay Area was like, what's going on? Those are our favorite guys.
Oh, there was 10 years where we were the San Francisco quarterback graveyard.
Steve Bono.
Mac
Kavanaugh.
Yeah, there's another one in there.
Not Jeff Garcia. No, he wasn't there.
But it was around the Bono years.
Okay.
But yeah, it was Montana.
Oh, Steve DeBerg.
Yeah. Oh, that was way before Montana.
Alex Smith, too.
Alex Smith. There he is.
Dude, Steve DeBerg's like the guy that I always reference when people are like, they're like, oh, you're a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, I rooted for Steve DeBerg.
Do you know what Bill Walsh said about him? It's one of the meanest quotes ever. He said, Steve DeBerg is just good enough to lose you the game. That's brutal.
I'll never forget Steve DeBerg went down right before the playoffs, and we had Mark Vlasic.
Oh,
the pickle
wow.
man.
Yeah.
And then years later, I would be playing in a turkey bowl, and my buddy knew Mark Vlasic, and he played quarterback for our team. And it was basically just an elementary school game with adults. But I remember one time I was coming across the middle, and he was getting ready to get sacked, and he just threw it just real quick. And he put that ball on my chest. It left a little mark.
Wow.
That's how hard it came in. I was like,
wow. It's different. Yeah.
I'd have never played in the pros.
It's funny because I remember as a kid, not as a kid. This was when John Gruden's first year with the Raiders. It didn't go well. But the last game of the season, they could knock the Chiefs out if they wanted Arrowhead. And we never, I say we never wanted Arrowhead.
Yeah.
But Gunther Cunningham was the head coach. And there was an extra roster spot for a guy named John Baker, a barefoot kicker.
Oh, really?
And he kicked it out of bounds when they were just trying to kill the clock. And then Joe Nedney hit a field goal and knocked the Chiefs out of the playoffs. And Gunther got fired, but then they said, well, you can come back as defensive coordinator if you want.
Well, yeah, because that's what he was before.
Right.
Yeah.
You can come back and do that again. And instead of going, well, I don't do that anymore, he was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some guys, especially on the defensive side, are like, yeah, man, I can't do this. I don't know anything about offense.
Good job catching that.
Yeah, I'm pretty great. I don't know anything about offense.
Right.
And so I think at some point you go, yeah, no, I can't. I think there's been a few coaches that have done that throughout the years.
Those are in those Carl Peterson years. And then was it Crennel when that guy killed himself in the parking lot?
Yeah. Yeah. There were some rough Chiefs years there for a while.
Yeah.
And it was just bad. And then number 15 showed up.
Isn't it funny to see the video now of people like, I'm turning in my season tickets. You drafted Patrick Mahomes. You guys are a joke. This is why we'll never be good. It's funny.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, well, people find them online.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
There's always a hater.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've been spending most of the morning. I used to not deal with internet comments, but now I'm just bored and petty.
Right.
And so now I just dive in head first. And so, yeah, I've been spending most of the morning just ripping people on Instagram.
Rachel Feinstein told me, she said there was a guy named Waffle Liquor 69. And he would say, you're ugly, you're not funny, you should quit. And she'd go, he's right. It would like kill her. Even she'd get 100 good ones, but she'd like, what did Waffle Liquor 69 have to say? That's funny. And we're all people. And look, we all, I mean, even I. But you'll get a thing like, how did Rick ever get on the radio? He sucks. You just laugh it off, but that's not as nice as saying, hey, you're my favorite guy, whatever. I mean, we're all people.
Yeah, and most of the time, like, someone will say something mean, and you'll check them on it. You'll be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And they'll be like, oh, man, I'm sorry. I was just kidding. I didn't know you saw this. And just today, this guy, first off, if you're a comic, never make fun of the Marvel Universe. I've learned that this week because, man, do nerds not have a sense of humor.
Wow.
And I've all these dudes are just like, how dare you? And I'm like, I don't think I'm the problem here. But this dude typed, does anyone think this ish, except he said it, is funny? And initially I just said, yep. And then I was like, I wonder what this dude does. And so I clicked on his point, and he's a DJ. And I'm like, I don't like it when creatives are internet trolls, because it's like, you know what it's like to make something and put it out there, and it's hard. And for you, a creative, to do that, I'm like, all right. So then I got on one of his videos with 20 views, and I was like, does anyone think this ish is any good? And I put like a little winky smiley face on it. And then he goes, let it go, loser. And I just went, I'm not the guy that's on the internet as a creative making fun of other creatives' stuff. Yeah. I go, I'm not the loser in this situation. Just know that.
You know what? And on that note, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll close it out.
America.
We are. This show's called The Creatives. Come on back.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work. Real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
My fellow Americans, let the message ring out that from this day forward, when you buy American, you buy the best. Handcrafted, something premium, something pure. For this is the very essence of what our servicemen and women gave their lives to protect, and by God, we shall not allow their sacrifice to be forgotten. It's time to show the world just how great American can be. And we will not wait for tomorrow to come. We will stand here, this moment, together, and we will start today. Don't ever forget how great it is to be American. America we need right now. America. Premium vodka. Celebrate responsibly.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Rick Tittle's got a black belt in keeping it real.
All right. My thanks to Chris Porter, who spent the whole hour with us again. He's at the Punchline. He's got a show tonight, 2 tomorrow, 2 on Saturday as well. Chris also is a guy who's been coming here over 10 years, and Chris was the first guy to come in studio when the pandemic was still in the air. I always appreciate that about you.
Oh, yeah.
Because most people are like, I'm not going in that room with no ventilation. You're like,
I'm from the Midwest. I was living in LA when it all went down, so I abided by all the rules and everything. But at the end of and that's what was weird about that time, was like living in LA and you'd fly to these gigs in the Midwest where COVID apparently didn't exist at all.
Didn't you say something at Christmas where you spread it or someone gave it to you?
Oh yeah, I gave it to everybody. Okay. I got COVID in Nashville from one of the members of a classic rock band that I won't mention. And went home, and actually Bobby, Kid Rock, texts me. He goes, "Hey, so-and-so just popped positive for COVID. You should know."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I'm sitting in a room with my family where I'd been since that party, and I was just like, I'm not even going to tell them. I'm like, it's because at this point it's either happened or it's not going to happen. And then like we all leave town, we all get COVID, and I'm like, yeah, that's on me.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, but if it's any consolation, it's Rockstar COVID.
By the way, I was kind of surprised, since Chicago didn't even get the World Cup, that Earl had not only got the World Cup, but they got 2 elimination games.
Yeah, Kansas. Well, I think a lot of it had to do with who got them in '94.
Right.
And I think Chicago did. So they tried to go to other places.
And England was based in Kansas City. 2 other teams.
England,
as well.
Argentina, I think the Netherlands, and then a weird one.
The Curacao.
Yeah, something like that. And everyone, I'll tell you what, Kansas City killed it. Everyone loved Kansas City.
Yeah.
The fans, all the articles, we were like number 2 to like New England as far as like fan experience.
Mm-hmm.
But also like Kansas City's like, and I've noticed this being back there, it's just the perfect size city. There's no traffic. There's no.
Wait, what? There's no traffic,
Buddy, I got caught in rush hour traffic, quote unquote, and it added 9 minutes to my trip.
Wow, because even like Austin and Nashville are choked now.
No, there's nothing.
Wow.
And when I see people mad in Kansas City about traffic, I just laugh. I'm like, you have just leave town for a weekend and go somewhere.
So if I go to the K, what is it, the Power and Light District?
Power and Light District's downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long a drive would that be?
If you go early enough, it would be 20 minutes.
Wow.
Now, if you get caught in
29 minutes.
Yeah, if you get caught in game traffic, it might be a little bit longer. But yeah.
All right. So we got 15 seconds. What are people in store for tonight and tomorrow and Saturday?
It's going to be a great show. I got a bunch of new material. If you saw Middle Rage, I have like one bit that I still do from that. But other than that, it's all new stuff, mainly about just being my age and moving home. And it's a good time. Everyone's been very complimentary.
Well, listen, we love it when you come in. Thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
All right, and we'll see you at the Punchline. I'm Rick Tittle, and also tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time.